sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NTB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, no one is safe while we troll the digital airwaves. Join us as we discuss the latest news in the world of sports, and know that fantasy sports have no place here. We keep it real. And as such, we kill brain cells. One might say that we are responsible for the zombie apocalypse. You have been warned. We are repetitive and redundant. We have no peers. And we are the internet's ongoing traffic wreck. Hell, we carry more water for sports than Depends can handle. And hopefully we'll have our regular hosts, co-hosts, pundits, and everyone joining us. I'm Scorekeeper, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Got to get this one going. Yes, it was a last-minute setup. Don't know what happened. I'm getting old, getting tired. I know I shouldn't say that because I'm hoping for better responses, which I haven't been receiving, but that's on a personal level. That's neither here nor there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Don't forget, let us know who you are and where you hail from. And we are getting this one going and blowing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am trying to get to Facebook. There it is on our NDB Media host page so I can create the contact for my co-hosts. And let's see, today is August 6th. Ooh, a date which will live in infamy, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is. I'll get to that in history in just a moment. Let me see, StreamYard link. Sports Talk with Guys, StreamYard link for today. And boom, there it is. So I've done what I needed to do. We have several people watching us this morning. Good morning, Aisha. Aisha, public and personal apology. I'm so sorry. We programmed the notice that we would not be live on Saturday. On late Thursday, early Friday, I received word that two classmates, on a personal level needed to get away. And they asked me to join them, and I said yes, at which point I programmed a note to go on Facebook, notifying everyone that we would be on Sunday, if at all. And the post never went on. So I apologize for that. It didn't work. We're smarter than that, but apparently we're not, as evidenced by the fact that you did not receive notice. And I thank you for returning to join us this morning. So for everyone else watching us, hey, we're in Lakeland, folks. Out in the desert. Wow. I was at a baseball game yesterday, well, both Thursday night and Friday night. I was at a minor league game, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Nice stadium, nice atmosphere. I really like going there, and I don't know, I'm going to go there more often. It's right around the corner. It's about 6 miles away. I guess that's not right around the corner, but 6 miles away. It's not too bad. Tickets are, it's okay. But I enjoy the atmosphere, and I went alone to yesterday's game. And I've been going to baseball games now for a little while, where I just go myself. It's a little odd due to going to a baseball game alone. I've seen people go alone, and now I am one of them, just like the ones that go to the bars alone. So, that's me now. So, but anyway, I'm really jazzed. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I've actually been taking shots at Dallas Cowboys indirectly, Aisha, and I'm so sorry for that. I have not been very nice. There have been some humorous ones, especially the one about Jennifer Lopez. She has 6 rings in the same amount of time, and Dallas Cowboys have none. That's ruthless. Ruthless. There's 2 different sports. Love and marriage is separate from sports and the gridiron, but that's neither here nor there. While I was driving to the stadium, which is to the east of me, and I'll show you guys on the map where it is because I'm spatially oriented, I saw clouds, thunderstorms, and weather clouds over the mountains and to the east. Ooh, there's rain out in the desert. And certainly there is rain out in the desert. And speaking of being there, rain, I think I just butchered my English. I can't believe I did that, but I did. Good morning, Speedy! I think we're going to see you in about 20 or 19 days, huh, Speedy?
Yeah, getting there, getting close.
It is. You know, Speedy, I'm really jazzed. I'm really excited. Big Dawg and I are like, hey, Speedy's coming over. So we're like We're like little butterflies. I was going to say something really stupid.
Just say you're like little kids. That's what you guys are.
Yeah, we definitely are little kids, no doubt about it. We're like little butterflies just going off. So, Aisha. Oh, she started her revenge because no one received notice. I put it in our chat group that we weren't going to have Saturday's program. And I also, as I mentioned already live, that I posted it to go on, but it never posted it. Good old Facebook bastards as they are doing me nothing. But anyway, so she's not going to sulk. She's going to take revenge. But Speedy, I'm so happy. Big Dog and I are already planning if you give us a day or in the afternoons. We don't know what your plans are, if you're going to be there all 3 days, how many days you're going to be here. But we want to take you out to a baseball game out here. We're probably going to catch 1, maybe 2 minor league games. Who knows? We'll see. Because I don't know if you want to go to Dodger Stadium, where the hated ones are. What do you guys call the Dodgers? Because the Giants are known as the hated ones to us. What do you guys call the Dodgers?
I think we just call them Dodgers. I don't know.
Well, we have lots of names for Giants.
That was never really explained to me as a kid. All I knew was, well, we don't like them. That's not for us. This is the hat and the shirt you need. And nobody never explained that to me as a kid. I wish somebody would have.
That's all right. In the last 10, 20 years, the Giants have become the hated ones. That's what they are here in Southern California. To most Dodger fans, we don't say Giants. We just the hated ones. And we just don't like them. Now, other people are just absolutely stupid insofar as they beat up people because they're stupid. But, hey, that's neither here nor there. So, but anyway, again, I do want to thank everyone. And Speedy, thank you for joining me. Again, we are Jazz. Big Dog and I are looking forward to you. We already know the hotel. Well, I guess you told the Big Dog where the hotel is, so we already have a rough idea. Don't worry, we're not going to stalk you or anything, Speedy. We don't do that. I just stalked the barkeep over at Applebee's. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But anyway, I even told her straight out. I said, I'm there on Tuesdays and Fridays. And, a lot of people at the restaurant actually greet me by name. And they're like, oh, hi, whatever. And I'm like, gosh, they know the name of the stalker, don't they? So it's not reassuring. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Aisha. She got disconnected.
Okay.
So I'm so sorry. But glad you're back. Can't wait for your ultimate revenge. So not looking forward to that. But anyway, I'm going to get to it right now. As I was telling my story, as I went to the baseball game, I could see the storm clouds out there, and apparently Death Valley received 1.46 inches of rain. I don't know how people know that or not. That's a lot of rain in the desert. And people who are in Death Valley, over 100 people were stranded.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bad. There's some imagery. I was at the game, and I got a message saying people are stranded, thousands. Like, what? Man, thank goodness I didn't go to Vegas. So I was looking forward to driving through the desert, but it was in Death Valley itself. So hopefully everyone is okay. But the imagery that I did see, cars are flooded. Or not flooded, they're stuck in mud.
They're stuck in mud. And I'm sure you and many others and even Big Dog saw my public post because I wanted everyone to see it because we have family that actually lives in Vegas. A few of my cousins and other relatives there. And they're like, oh, no, well, that's actually in Vegas. We're in, the higher area.
The high desert.
So they're fine. They're safe. So I'm like, well, that's good.
Wow. No, Speedy, I apologize. I didn't see it. I was playing the single man yesterday and going to the baseball game. And it was the minor league Quakes. And like I said, I only saw the report. This morning I did see one image. Oh, here we go. That ain't rain. Some places in Japan have had 12 inches of rain in 24 hours. Now that's rain. Yes, Aisha. But when you get the record for Death Valley, if I understand, is 1.47 inches in like one rain event. Yesterday it was 1.46, so it's just short of the record. So I'm not sure who's saying good morning. They're under Sports Talk with the guys, but good morning, good morning, good morning. Right now, folks, it's 69 degrees out here in hell. It's going to get to 96. Oh, joy, 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 joy. That's going to be a hot day. Humidity right now is at 70%. Oh, of course, the big dog says hi. Good morning, big dog. So pressure is 29.91 inches. Visibility is 10 miles because the sun is 5 minutes into its sunrise. At 6:06 a.m., it does set at 7:47 p.m. Wind is right now heading into the southwest. I know, spatially. And I don't know why I'm going to shift and think that you guys are going to get this, but going to the southwest, it's now 0. But it's going southwest, but 0 miles per hour. It is Big Dog, thank you. It does say Big Dog saying hi. So he says be on in a few.
Yep.
I don't know what a few is, but we'll see. Thank you. Hopefully, Wadi will join us. Dew point is 58 degrees. UV index, of course, is 0 of 10. And the moon phase is a waxing gibbous. So I don't know if he sees that, Aisha, but hopefully he'll be in shortly. So, all right, we got that out of the way. Quick look down in history today, folks. Even though I try to cover sports history, today is also a sad day in human history. Today is August 6th, most notably known for 1945. Today is the day that the Enola Gay dropped the first nuclear bomb on the first time the bomb was used in anger. And I've used that phrase before, in anger, and I've had coworkers and dilettantes and others. They'd laugh at that when I use that phrase, in anger. I'm sorry you didn't have a proper schooling, and I'm sorry you don't understand what that means. But it's like the little bullies in the back that laugh because they think something is funny. But yeah, nice try, big dog. Nice try. I'm sorry your hearing is getting bad. I get it. That's nice try to be funny, but it's not going to work. Okay. Very good, Aisha. Thank you. Aisha says, did you know that Hiroshima was in fact the secondary target? Quite good, Aisha. Yes. As we know, military planners, they have multiple targets. And Hiroshima was the secondary. Very good. Thank you for that. I'm going to switch over to it right now. I just wanted to comment about it that today is a sad day in human history, humanity, whatever you want to call it. The dropping of the bomb. Of course, the second bomb was dropped over Nagasaki on August 9th. And it was in 1945. Today's 2022, folks. Oops. Idiot. 77 years ago. Now, I do know someone on Facebook. They're a Facebook acquaintance or friend, as one who knows them. And I asked her, because the name, okay, for those of you that know, Colonel Paul Tibbets was the pilot of the Enola Gay. He chose not to have a gravestone with his name on it, for he feared that it would serve as a marker for either for or against nuclear weapons and stuff. And he says that he was not bothered by it because he was following orders. But when you look at his part in history, the weight and responsibility that he had, he can only imagine. 70,000 people died in an instant. But be that as it may, I as I mentioned, the person that I know, part of the NDB media family, I asked that individual, hey, not mean to be nosy, but your last name is rather unique, Tibbets. And Are you related? It was a long-winded question. I was expecting to begin a conversation. Answer was yes. That was it. That was all I got out of the person. Nothing else. So, hey, you know what? Okay. Sure it will. I'm beloved by all, so I'm automatically funny.
Gotta love Big Dog, I guess.
Well, I'm glad you laughed. Yes, Aisha, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I've always said the United States, we're good at a lot of things, but we're damn good at destroying things because that's who and what we are. We're better at it than anyone. But yes, folks, I'm not trying to be the Debbie Downer or anything, but it is important for us to know our history. And I'm not trying to be the lecturist. I'm not going on a lecturous tirade. There it is. I guess I am on a lecturous tirade. But for me, it is to remember what has come before us. I am a man of history. I am a God-fearing man, and I'm also a man of science, which the last two is a contradiction in many parts of America, but be that as it may. Going over to sports history, Gertrude Ederle becomes the first woman to swim the English Channel. On August 6, 1926, wow, 96 years ago, on her second attempt, 19-year-old Gertrude Ederle becomes the first woman to swim the 21 miles from Dover, England, to Cape Grisnez across the English Channel, which separates Great Britain from the northwestern tip of France. Ederle was born to German immigrants on October 23, 1905 in New York City. She did not learn to swim until she was 9 years old, and it was not until she was 15 that she learned proper form in the water. Just 2 years later, in the 1924 Paris Olympics, Ederle won a gold medal in the 4x100 meter relay and a bronze in the 100 and 400 meter freestyle races. In June 1925, Ederle became the first woman to swim the length of New York Bay, breaking the previous men's record by swimming from the New York Battery to Sandy Hook, New Jersey. And not Sandy Hook, the other famous city in the last 10 years, not the same, in 7 hours, 11 minutes. That same summer, Ederle made her first attempt at crossing the notoriously cold and choppy English Channel. But after 8 hours and 46 minutes, her coach, Jebez Wolf, forced her to stop out of concern that she was swallowing too much salt water. Ederle disagreed and fired Wolf, replacing him with T.W. Burgess, a skilled channel swimmer. Wow. On August 6, 1926, Ederle entered the water at Cape Grisnez in France at 7:08 a.m. to make her second attempt at the channel. The water was predictably cold as she started out that morning, but unusually calm. Twice that day, however, at noon and 6 p.m., Ederle encountered squalls along her route, and Burgess urged her to end the swim. Ederle's father and sister, though, who were riding in the boat along with Burgess, agreed with Ederle that she should stay the course. Ederle's father had promised her a new roadster at the conclusion of the swim, and for added motivation, he called her out in the water to remind her that the roadster was only hers if she finished. Ederle persevered through storms and heavy swells, and finally at 9:04 p.m., after 14 hours and 31 minutes in the water, she reached the English coast, becoming the sixth person and first woman to swim the channel successfully. Furthermore, she had bettered the previous record by 2 hours. Oh, that's how it's done, baby. That's how it's done. She not only broke the record, but did it by an additional 2 hours. To forget the past is to repeat the same mistakes. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you. We'll be doing that. All right. As you know, I got my routine. I do a bunch of stuff, but knowing that Speedy is on with me, I'm going to get to it. But here we go, Speedy. Last week at the grocery store, I saw a man slipping celery into other people's shopping carts. I believe he is a stalker. Celery.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That was for you. That was for you. Tony! Oh,
Tony! What's up, Tony? Tony's in the house.
I mean, good morning, Tony. A little high-pitched on that one. Yeah. Oh, didn't realize that today was Saturday. I don't know how much of that is a slam to Sports Talk with the guys. Oh, just getting bitch slapped both ways. But hey, it is what it is. Good morning, Tony. Thank you for joining us. And we're looking forward to having everyone join us who normally does. So really jazzed, really excited about stuff that's going on. As I said, enjoyed the game yesterday. It was really good. With that joke, you need to hang your head in shame.
he got the word stalker too. So
I got it in there.
Well, speaking of stalker, since you and Big Dog already know so much, well, he knows more because he actually called me and I told him about it. I will be at 6147 Lancashire Boulevard in North Hollywood. I'm not sure how far that is from you. I should have Googled that too, but I didn't. So.
It's you're in the valley. I'm in the San Gabriel. I'm in the Inland Empire. That's how we refer to it as Inland Empire. I'm on this side I'm in the Pomona Walnut Valley, which is like the cul-de-sac of the Inland Empire. It's really kind of funny due to the weather that we get right here. I've told you that at 6:22 a.m., whatever the temperature is, by 7, it's actually colder than it was at 5 or 6 due to the odd geographic features around here. And by the way, the reason why I posted the picture, look, I studied geography in school. I know geography and weather patterns and stuff. But now that I'm 53 years old, I have forgotten a few things. So I purchased the book, Geography for Dummies, so I can remind myself, because I'm not going to go to college and spend $180 on a geography textbook. So I'm going to get the book that I did. So I'm happy about it because I made a comment, as I am a geology guy, and I was talking about the different types of rocks up at 395, and I referred to basaltic rock, and he goes, "That's not basaltic rock, blah, 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 blah." There's 3 to 4 types of rocks that emanate from volcanic activity, I should say. And I didn't recall the others, so I wasn't prepared to engage his inanity. But he was driving, and I would have had to have taken an Uber home. So I was not in the mood. In Ohio, there's a phrase, "Wow, hey, you had a weather event. If you don't like the weather, stick around." That's not the same as Ohio, as California. The fire that you've heard about, no. It's closer to Speedy, and even then, you're what, Speedy, like 200 to 300 miles away?
Yeah. See, that's the problem that most of the world have. Like, even my friends in Chicago, when we started having the wildfires in 2015, when I was actually down there in Disneyland, because you saw the pictures on my Disneyland album where the Amtrak had to slowly drive through that, because down there in San Gabriel, we saw most of the fire down there, and everybody started texting me, "Are you okay? Are you fine? What's going on?" And I'm like, I'm nowhere near home. San Gabriel is nowhere near San Angelo, California, not even near the Bay Area. And the same thing happened when they had the other fire at the very same time that go further up north towards Yosemite. I'm like, no. I don't know why mainly some of my friends in Chicago are like, "Oh my God, is that by beer? You better get out of your house." I'm like, I don't need to go anywhere. We got smoke from both sections, north and south of California, but it's nowhere near me. Good morning, Big Dog.
Yes. Good morning, Big Dog. How you doing, young man?
What's up?
As a matter, you're just kind of joining in the question because of Aisha. She has it in the chat, and she did greet you just a little while ago, Big Dog, when you were commenting through Sports Talk with the guys. So she says, "Could that be the Big Dog?" She went with you first.
Yeah, I was listening. That's how I was answering. So of course I read all her comments, and that's why I said hi
Okay,
with the
Big
little
Dog.
hand wave.
I did not see that. I'm sorry. I was
You
only wanting to
read
make
my
certain.
you read my comments and told her it was me. So how could you have not seen it?
He's like, I didn't see no emoji.
Big Dog, I just wanted to make certain that, you saw the post from Aisha. But you know what? The Big Dog is the fluffy little effing bastard that he is. So if he wants to be that way, hey, love it, love it, love it. Everyone does as he himself posted it.
That's right.
So,
I'm beloved by all.
yeah, nice
You
to be loved by all.
you told me that many times, so now I'm just embracing it.
Oh, hey, you just read the posts. It's there for all digital eternity for you, Big Dog. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and continue. Big
Really,
Dog
Tony?
is here.
Wow, Tony has got some interesting news right now. Wow.
Yes, just as a quick side note, Tony, that is a long time in coming. Sweet Lou Whitaker, wow. That Trammell and Whitaker, that double play duo, they played for so long. I think if Detroit would have had a third baseman, they could have bragged about having an infield like the Dodgers did back in the 70s and early 80s. That was really something. And, okay, well, there you go, Big Dog. She's in you with you on that one. So. Glorious.
Since you started us off with this whole history thing, man, this week in history has been crazy. Especially today. Today, back in 2015, I was actually supposed to, as you both remember, I was actually supposed to have my surgery at 6 a.m. for my brain tumor, but that didn't happen. They had a different, more heinous emergency, I guess you could call it. And they're like, we'll be with you soon. We'll be with you soon. And they kept saying that. And, two of my sisters were there early in the morning with me. One of them left, and the other one stayed. And they finally wheeled me into the surgery room at 8:30 in the morning.
Sorry about that, Speedy. I'm glad they were able to take care of it. Yeah, 2015 was a very difficult year for you. I remember you've told us from time to time. Maybe you'll enlighten us as we move forward, all the things that did happen. But you don't fly anymore, right?
No.
As a matter of fact, you've said you're unable to take an airplane now, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to go to Europe, that means you got to take a submarine or a ship, huh? Or a train.
Yeah, probably have to take a train.
You can't take a train to Europe, Speedy.
Yes, way to set him up. Way to set him up, Scorekeeper. Make him look bad.
I'm sorry, Speedy. Yeah, sorry, pal. Anyway, you would have to take a train to New York,
his only recourse is to take a boat.
Yeah, actually,
to take a luxury cruise.
That might not be a bad thing for you, Speedy. Hey, Speedy, have you ever been on a boat, like outside of a harbor cruise, or even a boat on a river or lake here in California?
We have a small area here called Lake Chabot, and you can actually do a 45-minute tour around Lake Chabot, and the boat fee is only $6. That was my first time on a boat. But as far as an actual boat, I think I need to try getting on the boat that takes you from here to Alcatraz. Because that's at least an hour and a half away.
Okay.
I think I would be okay on that. I would do that for my birthday next year.
Hold that thought, Speedy. To finally answer Aisha's question, I'm so sorry. As Big Dog entered, I was going to say, and I ferret on caffeine, that Big Dog and I alone are about 350 miles away from Speedy, and that's from here where we are in Southern California to him in what we would call central/northern. The fire that you're referring to, Aisha, is on the border up in Oregon, and it's pretty big. And it is still, Speedy, from you, what, 200 miles?
At least.
At least. Now, there is another...
Where's that fire at? Is it up near Truckee or what?
No, it's on the border, Oregon border.
But, well, okay, to his credit, Truckee is close to Nevada
Nevada,
and
yeah.
California border. So that was fair. No, all the way to the north, Big Dog.
Okay.
Yeah. And, yeah, that was just to answer the question. We try to get to everyone. Yes, Tony. Yeah. But you had a good defensive first baseman. I forget his name. Not Stapleton. Oh, the manager
Yeah.
of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. I thought I recognized that guy. It's Dave Stapleton. That's why I remember the name right now. And yeah, he may be a major league manager one day, but I don't know. We'll see. Yisha says, I think the Queen Mary comes in this direction, but it takes about 4 days. Takes a little bit. Yeah, Darrell Evans was first base. I'm thinking of that real awesome defensive first baseman that you guys had. He was, yeah, I remember when teams would carry defensive replacements for later innings. Now they have, I think it's 18 pitchers on a roster. So limits the number of infielders and stuff that you can have. It's very infuriating watching minor league games.
And speaking of history, they also talked about on either, when was it, Tuesday or Wednesday, that Vin Scully, somebody shared it from Twitter to Facebook that Vin Scully had passed away. So,
Yes. I don't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday due to that memory retention stuff. But it was big news. Surprisingly, and I felt real bad, so I just stayed rather quiet. I received 4 instant messages. I received 3 text messages and a bunch of emails about the passing of Vin Scully. It was instant. It was almost all the messages were before everyone knew as the word was breaking out. And I look, I grew up with Vin Scully, as I commented. When Big Dog and I went to the baseball game on Thursday night, I don't know if I remember telling him that, but I thought it was where you could go to a Sunday game at Dodger Stadium or even just a regular weeknight, but definitely on a Sunday or Saturday day game. And no, he himself went to the closet, but he's back now. So, or is that because of what's on his wall? Is that why you think he's been banished to the closet? Big Dog.
No, I'm actually in my living room.
I see.
That's the door. That's the door to my bedroom.
Oh.
That's where all the magic never happens.
When I lived in Southgate, I used that phrase in the reverse. It was so funny. I thought it was funny, but yeah.
So the
I
living
kind of
room,
regret it, kind of not regret it.
So for you, the living room is where the magic never happened.
What are you talking about?
Well, you said you use what I just said, but opposite. So opposite of me saying
you said never happens. For me, I said when the girls were over, I said, "Oh, there's the bedroom. This is where the magic happens." That's all I said. But you want to be funny. But good for you.
Of course I do, and it was funny.
I'm sure it was, and the audience is laughing for it. So, before anything else, folks, we're already going and blowing this morning. The program will be on the shorter side. I do apologize. We won't be going beyond 9:30 today because I have an appointment at 10. And then at 11, we have a guest that's going to be joining us. Let me announce that one real quick. Actually, we have quite a few guests coming over the next little bit. Sam Calkins from Europe is going to be on with us at 11 a.m. today. He's a special effects wizard aficionado. And Matt Acra, actor, also working with Potemkin Pictures, will be on with us on Monday. Now it's going to be at 6 p.m. And we have another guest. For those of you who've seen the Amazon program Upload, he's on with us. So he's a younger guest. So that's going to be a first for us. For some reason, NDB Media has gone younger in the last few months. So I don't know if they're being charitable to the old men or not, but our guests have really, really been. If you guys missed it, you guys should check it out. The young man that was on with us last Monday, the ventriloquist. that you saw that kid has talent, man. People were commenting that we set up the jokes. No, we're not that funny and we're not that skilled. The material we gave him, he turned it into humor. That's how good he is. People are claiming that we set this up. No. No, we're not that smart, but he's that talented. So
Yeah, I was able to. I was able to watch 30 minutes of it because I had some time to spare. And like, this is funny. This is great.
Dude, he's funny, man. He is really good, and he's going to be returning to us because now that he got a feel for us, there's more because doesn't want to burn anyone. But I'm just saying that he's got some stories with America's Got Talent and a few other things.
So is this kid the next Jeff Dunham?
I wouldn't say that because I know Jeff Dunham is, but Big Dog, I appreciate you saying that because that goes against to my thinking. There was a kid, and this is why I don't like using those phrases such as the next so and so, because this person, why are you going to pigeonhole me that way? They asked, what do you mean? I am going to surpass that person. Why are you putting me on that level? I was like, wow, that was rather arrogant as I was reading the story. But it works the other way around, too, that if you put such titles on people, you could, in fact, be limiting them because of the stature of the person that you compare them to. So I was like, okay, I got that kid's reprimand. Not our guest, but I as I mentioned to him on air, I'm glad we met you, and I can't wait to see where your career goes. But Jeff Dunham, as Big Dog mentions, how many puppets does he have, Big Dog? Or how many did he have?
He's still I think it's 1, 2. He usually uses 3, or 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And the fourth one is kind of interchangeable. Each interchanges the fourth one, kind of a revolving one. But there's always the old one. There's the skeleton, and then the hillbilly one. Those are the 3 main. Oh, and of course jalapeno.
Doesn't he also have Ahmed?
That's the skeleton, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember Ahmed's the skeleton.
No, I don't. I that's why I asked. I don't remember.
Oh, you don't watch him, or?
I've seen him. I've seen a lot of his routines, but I'm not a regular per se.
And he's the only ventriloquist who will actually go to other places regarding president in his shows with his puppets that nobody else is like, I'm not going there because they're afraid the White House is going to come after them and all that. Him, he's like, I don't care.
Jeff Dunham is fair in that he goes after everyone and anything. He's a comedian. I personally believe Jeff Dunham is terribly funny, and he's really good at what he does. So for Big Dog to compare him to Jeff Dunham, for the rest of us, that means a lot. But this young man, we'll see where he's going to go. But to answer the question, which I so rudely interrupted, Big Dog, right now I believe he only has 2 puppets at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's very possible he may go.
And you just gave a great oxymoron, though. I thought that was pretty good. You worked that in really well.
Oh, thank you, Big Dog.
Do you know what oxymoron, which one you said, or are you just kind of rolling with it?
Well, there was one in there, but I don't.
Terribly funny?
Oh, no. I thought it was the puppet and the skill. So, okay.
No, that's not an oxymoron.
I'm not going to explain what I said earlier. But no, I did not catch that one, Big Dog. So, terribly funny.
Scorekeeper, I think there's something wrong with your audio because every time you talk, it sounds like there's a cricket.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's Jiminy Cricket is here?
I guess that's what I'm hearing through my speakers.
Are you able to still hear it?
Well,
Yes.
I don't hear anything. For me, you're clear as day, Raj. So I don't know.
We'll see if the audience lets me know that there is. There may have been something earlier, and I will grant you that, Speedy, because I was distracted by something earlier. I didn't think it was a cricket, but it may be coming across as that. So, folks, if we can do a quick little sound check, but we'll see. And yes, the audience is, or our guests are getting younger because we're getting older. It's just it is. We're not their age anymore, so it is. But Aisha did comment. Oh, I know it's not sport, but did you know that Judith Durham from the Seekers group died today? No, I did not. Big Dog, are you familiar with Judith Durham?
Nope. Don't even know who the Seekers are.
Oh, Big Dog and Scorekeeper have something in common on that one.
I'm assuming possibly some sort of rugby team player. I'm not sure.
No, I think it's a musical group. But, well, I don't know. So Big Dog and I are both stabbing at the wind right now.
Enlighten us, Aisha. Who are the Seekers?
And while we wait for her response, I want to visit National Rugby League real quick. Yesterday on actually 2 days ago on August 4th, the Roosters take on the Broncos 34-16. The Storm yesterday edged the Titans 32-14. The Sea Eagles lost to the Eels 36-20. The Rabbitohs really took it to the Warriors 48-10. The Raiders today lost to the Panthers. Wait a minute. Who were the Raiders playing for the Hall of Fame game? Were they playing the Panthers for the Hall of Fame game?
I believe so.
I thought it was the Jags.
Okay, Jaguars.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
I'll check.
But it's interesting that it would have been funny had they played the Panthers because they beat them, but over in this league, they lost
the
to the
Jags.
Panthers. Okay.
They played the Jags. Enemy mute.
Oh, the little mouse has better hearing. So,
yeah.
Aisha. Tony. Sorry. Damn. Tony went right there. He cut through it. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Panthers took it to the Raiders 26-6. The Sharks 24-18 over the Dragons. And today the Bulldogs visit the Cowboys. And at 11:05 p.m. tonight Pacific time, West's Tigers take on the Knights. And that is round 21 Telstra Premiership. All right, folks. I haven't gone over the upcoming calendar of upcoming events. Oh, quick PGA look in the men's at Centerfield Country Club in Greensboro, North Carolina, known in the Wyndham Championship. Right now, Brandon Wu is tied with Young Kim and Ryan Moore at -9 and 131. And in the LPGA at Muirfield, Scotland, the AIG Women's Open, right now it's Inji Chun, -8, 134. And tied for second, Madeline Segstrom and Ashley Buhai at -7, 135. So that's a quick look at National Rugby League as well as PGA. We'll get into some of the auto items later. Speedy,
Yes, I knew it.
what do you have?
Aisha's right. I wasn't going to say anything, but it's a 60s folk group.
You knew who they were, Speedy?
I had an idea, but I wasn't sure, so I needed to wait for her. And I'm glad I did. So I would have won. Just saying.
Speedy, you won. So the next topic goes to you. Thank you, Speedy.
All right, well, the next topic is there's also Major League Baseball on tonight at 7 p.m. because apparently on Thursday I was getting ready to, I had taken my shower and I'm like, oh, I got to go to bed and get up early again tomorrow. But everybody's like, there's a preseason game going on. There's a preseason game going on. I'm like, oh, well, I'll have to figure that out in the morning. But yeah, the Raiders lost.
No, they didn't. They won. They doubled up on the Jags. 27-7, I believe it was.
Speedy, the Raiders won.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I read that backwards then in my head, but
Yeah, 27-11.
All right, Speedy. Okay, tell your story, Speedy. See it through.
all right then, go Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when Big Dog and I were at the game on Thursday, Gridiron Girl commented because the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are a Major League Baseball affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So she always takes a dump whenever I visit any other place. Gridiron Girl is unhappy about that. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Gridiron Girl, but she did say that we were watching the correct game because she chose the incorrect game, and that was a Hall of Fame game. So I was really happy for her.
Because she's a Raider hater, that's why.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, thank you, Aisha. And for everyone that's watching, I'm going to keep that one up there. I'm unable to broadcast it because we would get a strike on Facebook. Not necessarily YouTube, but YouTube's taking a while because we're nobody. So we don't get the strikes as quickly. But on Facebook, they're just... you play a second and you're going to Facebook jail. It's interesting. I've never been in Facebook jail. I finally did get a Yeah, Big Dog, you have been. And you were nailed for a procedural thing, right?
Yeah, it was stupid. I kept
refreshing.
I kept refreshing my screen because I was trying. There was a certain book that was on sale, and I was trying to I kept refreshing, and then it blocked me. It told me I wasn't allowed for 2 weeks, I believe, to use Facebook at all. And there's no recourse to go to or to talk to anybody. There's nobody to physically talk to. So you just take your lumps. So I had Kathy sign on to my Facebook account, and for the next 2 weeks I was buying stuff through Kathy's name, but I told everybody who people I was buying through. I was like, hey, this is Gamma, so just charge my regular account, but I had to use my daughter's name because I got suspended for a stupid reason.
The Big Dog. Sorry, I'm being a dick by commenting on someone else's Facebook page right now, but the Big Dog, he is very active in Marvel, collectibles, and sports, but he doesn't use foul language. He's not an overt jerk when it comes to it, but he does defend his team and stuff. And when someone is being stupid, Big Dog, when he's had it, he'll engage the fool to set them straight. There's no hate that comes out of the Big Dog, just like there's no hate that comes out of Speedy. So I was stunned when Big Dog was sent for that. I still don't get that, Big Dog. It was a procedure. Stupid.
My understanding was because I was refreshing so often, I guess some algorithm kicked in that it thought I was a bot. Stud muffin.
Did Big Dog just say they thought he was a thought?
Yeah, a bot. BOTS.
Oh, a bot. Got you.
Still love you, Dreem. I appreciate that. Thank
What's
you.
up, Drew?
What's up, Matt? I saw you on, and I had to come say hi. It's been a minute.
Because it usually, you're right. I don't have a thought, so yeah, that's one of the reasons. What? Gamma had a thought? We gotta suspend his ass.
Where's driving to, Dream?
Oh man, I you know what? I just been working nonstop. Driving right now. Had a few minutes to say hi, and we talked wrestling without you last time I was on, and I just had to let you know.
By the way, he's on his way to Lola's House of Pleasure. So.
Oh right.
Which he owns. Oh, silent. Oh, I'm sorry. I revealed some personal. Oh, I am so sorry. Client, attorney privilege, and all that crap. Sorry, Dreem.
Right.
Damn, where's the music so we could have blurted that out? I'm so sorry. Dreem has entered the madhouse. Hi, Dreem, says Aisha. Oh my goodness, Dreem. Good morning. Thank you, dude. I know you're hustling right now. I know what you're doing, dude. You know, I think the four of us all have this in common, is that when the moment arrives, we just shut up and do, because we have
to. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Okay, maybe. Don't say that in front of Big Dog.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh man.
I already told you my kids know my final wishes. You bury me face down so everybody can kiss my goddamn ass.
No,
if it had not been mentioned publicly, it is now.
Yeah, it is now.
They're even going to prop me up perfectly so my ass is like pushing up a little bit.
Oh my God, I actually envisioned that before you said it. Oh my God, now you uttered it. Oh.
That's pretty funny, man.
So you want to be the next version, kind of Rikishi? Is that what you're telling everybody?
Oh, my ass is nowhere near that big, but yeah, that works.
I found out an interesting fact about Andre the Giant. Actually,
about his farts.
We all knew he could drink like a madman.
Yeah.
We all knew he was giant and everything else, but I just found out apparently when he used to go travel and stay in hotels and stuff.
Yes.
When he had to defecate, he would just go in the shower and just wash it away because he couldn't fit in the toilets.
That is true. That is 100% true. Because remember, he mainly traveled most of the time in the 70s.
Yep.
You know, so they couldn't accommodate a guy that was 7'5", pretty much close to damn 500 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a legit 7'3" to 7'5", 7'2" maybe at the shortest.
7'6" in wrestling boots.
Oh yeah. And he was a legit at least 450 when he got big, and he did reach 500 a couple of times.
Jesus. I think my favorite line from him was when he was in The Princess Bride, and he was like, you know, like we'll go, like he was in a movie called The Princess Bride, for those of you who don't know. But you know, he's talking about how he's gonna fight like hand-to-hand combat as God intended. And he's like, I think the other guy's like a regular dude, Carrie Elwes, you know, his size. And he was like, you know, I think the odds are slightly in your favor for hand-to-hand combat. he says, it's not my fault. I don't even exercise.
That's good. I like that. Dreem, you're driving. So Aisha commented. That's why we chuckled a little bit, which I don't think you saw. But Big Dog, you don't want to be buried that way. Someone might use your butt as bike parking. Just saying is all. I think Big Dog and I both read the same time. We chuckled. That was funny. I like that, Aisha.
Talk about a skid mark.
A little bit, huh, Big Dog?
Oh man, I think my wife will bury me face down for a different reason, because she wants to make sure, like, if I'm not really 100% dead, that I don't. But if I try to claw my way out, I'll go the wrong way.
That's interesting, Dreem. That is a southern and where you are, New Orleans type thinking, dude.
Yep.
That's why they do the tombstones. Well, they do the tombstones for two reasons. because of the water level, and second, they seal them in there so they don't claw their way out, dude. Hey,
Yep.
You are a Southern kid more than you care to admit.
Yep. Hey, man, you gotta roll with the punches, man. It's just
When
go
in
with where
Rome,
you're
right?
at. Yep, that's what I was looking for. It's too early.
When in Rome, yeah.
Gotta
Wow.
roll with the punches, otherwise you get your head knocked off.
Yeah. You know what's funny? The roads that were built in ancient Rome are still better than the roads in Louisiana.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Less potholes.
Yep. They
Folks.
figured it out. What the hell's going on here?
Hey, folks, think about it. The Romans built roads that would last for over 2,000 years. And then you get engineers and look at the roads of today.
Well, what it is, Dreem, is because the county workers have to stay in business. So.
Yep.
Actually, nice try, because it's not an issue of us staying in business, because we are not a business. But thank you for that, Big Dog.
No,
As
but
many people have
I
tried to
will
come
tell
in and
you,
say we are a business and we're going to function as a business. It's not our job. Our function is to serve.
I want to interrupt your thought before I lose reception.
There's no thought. Go ahead.
What's staying in business is the private jails, because they're sending out like the jail workers to clean the roads and everything else and do all the manual labor, and it's literally just institutionalized slavery because they work for pennies on the dollar.
Literally pennies on the dollar. Yes, they do. Isn't it something like 12 cents an hour they earn or something like that?
Less than that. 90% of the products that you buy that are made in the USA have gone through prison labor. Whether it's stitching, whether it's labeling, whether it's whatever it is, and it's processed and packaged in the USA, or whether it's like a stitching of labels or clothes or something of that nature made in the USA, 90% of those products have gone through prison labor because they can pay them super cheap, which is also why there's such a lackadaisical effort to legalize like marijuana and stuff like that, because they're keeping because they can lock somebody up for years for something trivial like possession of marijuana, even though it's not like a criminal amount. Like they're not bricks and bricks and bricks of it. But they'll use that to keep them in prison so they can just keep working. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show.
It is, and it's something that we'll discuss. Folks, just 2 days ago, I did learn that in the United States of America, which is the most incarcerated country in the world, that the states that have, there's 50 states in the Union, 48 states have more prison seats, for lack of a better word, than schools.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I believe it too. Just seeing the numbers, it's like, holy crap, it is true. I just understanding the way I did, I just thought it was kind of level on there. No, 48 states.
Yep.
48 states. That is absolutely crazy. Sorry, boys and girls. Dreem, since we are short on time, let me be rude and ask, is there a change? Do you have a firm date now, or still about a year and a half, 2 years off your move over here?
We're looking at end of 2023. That's what we're looking at.
Oh, you've actually put a number on it.
Yeah.
Wow. So it is a year and a half then.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you think about it, realistically, it's a lot less than that, because.
Damn it! That's what he said right before we're going to lose him. Oh.
Right before he gave us the gold tidbit of information.
Yeah, Big Dog, that shaft of light. The shaft of light makes you look like you're attached to the screen in some way. Oh my goodness, that is funny. The shaft of light, really good. And you should have caught it right there. Really good stuff.
I am attached to the screen.
All right, Big Dog.
Yes.
What story would you like to get to, young man, this early in the morning? Quick station identification. It is 7 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. You are listening to Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. That's the Big Dog. That's Speedy. And I'm your humble sports warrior, the Scorekeeper. Big Dog, please. Where would you like to
The
take
humble,
us?
beloved toast.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about yourself. Go ahead, Big Dog.
No. I was talking about you. We all love you. You just don't show it.
No. My co-hosts, my regular co-hosts. Damn. Anyway.
I thought we were your regular co-hosts.
Yeah, aren't we here every Saturday?
Who are you cheating on us with? God damn it!
This would be a moment that I would readily try to be coy
Man,
and deny it.
look at him! Look at him, Speedy. He's tap dancing his way out of this one now. He's trying.
This would be a moment for me to go ahead and admit it on air, so I could look like Dreem, a stud muffin, but no, a host stud muffin, but no, there's no one else. Thank you, Big Dog. Seriously, I wish there was someone, Big Dog. I'm at the point in my life that kills are much more worth than denials. So if I were cheating, I would admit it at this age of my life. There's no one, but thank you for.
Where'd you say yesterday? Where'd you say yesterday?
Oh, I was in section 7, so I was in the club same level, Big Dog, but. The problem was that there. Oh, you know what? I'll have to run inside and get the bobblehead. I left it inside. Everyone was going to buy the bobblehead and then just leave. So that's what they were doing. So there were a lot of seats that were empty, but they had 3,108 people there yesterday, Big Dog. And as evidenced by the pictures, there were not. So a lot of seats were taken. By people just going up and going in, getting the bobblehead and leaving. I was surprised. I saw one guy leaving with 8 bobbleheads. I was like, wow.
Now, is that picture good or what?
Well, it was interesting that yesterday he was pitching for the Dodgers. So it just happened to happen. He's all right, but he just debuted this year. So, yeah.
Okay.
And there's 2 other bobbleheads that are going to be at Rancho Cucamonga Quakes later this year, as Big Dog was so astute in checking out the calendar, and also got me the schedule.
Not much time left to hand out those 2. There's only about 10 games left.
As people know and don't know, the minor league season generally ends around the time the old September call-ups, but which is usually the last day of August or into the first week of September. By September, they're done. The minor league season's over.
Yeah, so September 11th is the last game of the season for them.
But when I'm sorry, what was that, Big Dog?
September 11th, 9/11.
Now, for me, knowing the baseball calendars as I do, when Big Dog told me that, I was like, wow, that's kind of late in September. But again, things have changed, and I know that the minor league season actually starts a little bit later now. So that's why they extend a bit into September. So, because the seasons used to end on August 31st because you had the call-ups the very next day.
Well, I could see that happening in AAA ball. In AA ball, in single A ball where the Quakes are, I could see it going a little bit longer because those guys ain't getting called up.
Oh, that shortstop that you were talking about? Yeah, He looked real good yesterday too.
He's one of the few guys that I would say, okay, I could see him being promoted. Next year he won't be on an A-ball team. Him and that one pitcher that went a while and had good stuff.
4 innings, yes.
Yeah, and he had good stuff and good speed, and those were the 2. Pretty much everyone else, they're going to be there for a year or so at least.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Dog and I were surprised because we've talked about the acceleration on speed, or the acceleration of speed of pitchers. And there were 2 or 3 pitchers over the last few games that Big Dog and I have been to that throw in the high 80s. And
That was their fastball, yeah.
That was their fastball, and we're like, but I did speak to a few people, and I asked them a few questions who are in the know. And since they're 18, 19, if they throw in the high 80s, they're not done yet. I'm like, but Coach Cody, my high school coach, said that as hard as you throw in high school is going to be the hardest you throw for the rest of your life. Well, apparently it's not true. They still can see an increase due to the weight regimen, due to learning how to throw properly. Yeah, okay, whatever. But there's still hope that they'll add a few more miles. Yeah, but 87 miles, how much you gonna add, baby?
Yeah, I was about to say you're not gonna add 10 miles to that. You bulk up 15, 20 pounds of muscle, but like you said, you would have to learn how to pitch again because that extra muscle will throw you off. As far as the pitcher's concerned,
we've talked about that. Hitters, same thing. All that extra muscle alters your swing and everything. So, yeah. Perhaps he's the secret Borg here on Earth. Perhaps. Like that, Aisha. Thank you. So, just again, I interrupted Big Dog. Big Dog, story that you want to get to this morning?
Nothing in particular. Just, it's been a busy week. Of course, we lost is it safe to say the greatest baseball announcer ever?
Definitely.
There's going to be an argument about that, Big Dog, because you do have, when you say the greatest sports announcer,
baseball sports announcer.
Okay, baseball sports announcer. Due to longevity and knowing that he did other sports, it's very possible. But you and I are we had this announcer our entire lives.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we in Southern California were spoiled with the two greatest announcers in sports, and that one being Vin Scully, the other being Chick Hearn. And no, I can't think of any other sport city that can boast that. Two of the greatest, possibly Mount Rushmore type announcers in one city at the same time for decades.
The connection that Speedy has to Vin Scully is that Vin Scully grew up a Giants fan.
Yeah, that was the one blemish on that he had.
I'm sorry, Big Dog?
So yeah, that was the one blemish he had.
All right.
But I will preface it with he grew up a New York Giants fan, or whatever city. What city were they in New York?
Yes, they were New York. Yes, it was okay. The Dodgers and the Giants were New York.
Well, no, I was just wondering because it was the Brooklyn Dodgers, so I was wondering if it was another suburb of New York that the Giants were.
Oh, interesting. They went by the New York Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so, it's not as bad as being the hated ones.
I was talking about that earlier, Speedy. The hated ones. So, just goes to show you. Gridiron Girl, good morning, young lady. And Big Dog, she pretty much ended the comment. She supported your comment. Hands down, butt gold, right there, done.
What? That's because she's a Dodger fan, that's why. She likes the Dodgers.
But she is an aficionado of other sports. She does like football as well. Oh, she's pretty big on football. Sorry, Gridiron Girl, that the Raiders won, but it's just the Hall of Fame game, woman.
It's just preseason. It's a practice. It's
practice. Gridiron Girl.
It is just practice. So, folks, not only did we have the Major League Baseball trading deadline, which is one of the more active going back to the 2015 season, which is a year that we've thrown around here. Tony, thank you for this. And thank you for that, Big Dog. Vin Scully belongs at the very top, no doubt. Ernie Harwell is my favorite. He did it for 55 years and 42 years as a Detroit Tigers announcer. I've heard Ernie Harwell. Yeah, dude, that's why I what's the word? Well, I guess I hesitated when Big Dog said the greatest of all time. I was murmuring my way through it. I was trying to say on a regional level, there's no one. There's no one that will eclipse Vin Scully on the West Coast. Ernie Harwell, oh my goodness, yes. That is a name that, it's on the East Coast. And there's still yet another one that I'm trying to remember.
Bob Uecker?
No, Bob Uecker's good. He's still alive. He's funny. Bob Uecker he's definitely a Hall of Famer. He's in a different pantheon, but Bob Uecker has done it for a long time.
He's a Hall of Famer as an announcer. As a player, not so much.
Well, he himself joked about it. Oh, well, Big Dog did. I told the story of Bob Uecker as well when we were at the game. I'd forgotten about that one. Big Dog, would you go ahead and tell me the story you told me about Bob Uecker? Because he was a catcher, folks, Bob Uecker. And
yes,
he was a hanger-on. I think he hit 199 for his career season, which is a joke. He wouldn't have lasted that long. But
I think his career batting average was somewhere around 230 or 220. Wasn't the greatest player, but as you said, he was pedestrian at best. Would that be safe to say, Scorekeeper?
Well, then that makes us not even pedestrian, Big Dog. You have to leave some for us.
Yeah.
Because if he's pedestrian, yes, Tony, thank you. Oh my God, Mel Allen. Oh yeah, that guy was around for a while. He did the Major League Baseball specials, Twib Note, the Major League Baseball programs. Mel Allen, you could hear it. The passion that Mel Allen, that might have been the one I was thinking about. Mel Allen, Ernie Harwell, and Vin Scully will never, ever, ever have the likes of those ever again. We may have the three baseball announcers right there of the four on the Hall of, on the NDB Media Pantheon.
Do you throw Jaime Jarrín in as the international?
Let me tell you, Jaime Jarrín, who is still doing it, folks, in the Latin world.
I thought he retired. I thought his grandson is doing it now. Jaime Jarrín the third.
Someone in the family. But Jaime Jarrín is not gone from the entertainment world. He is still doing some other stuff.
Yes.
And that's what I meant by he is still doing it.
He, in fact, I think he.
It's been a little while now that he's been doing Dodger games. It's been a bit.
Yeah, but he talked about, I guess, his press person released saying that, of course, when Vin passed, he gave his statement, and I guess he said that him and Vin Scully had still kept in touch. In fact, they had just had lunch just last week together.
Well, Jaime Jarrín, sorry, using the Latin. Big Dog used the English, which is perfect.
Yeah, I'm
you use the correct pronunciation in English. That's all I'm saying. I had to go Latin. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't do this anymore. I do this. Anyway. Big Dog wasn't there when I explained that, right? When I went on my teacher's tirade. But it doesn't annoy you when people do this all the time. So I'm going to change that up. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to be doing this.
And of course, that's why you don't have a significant other.
Well, actually, legally, I do. But thank you for that, Big Dog. Just we don't communicate because she has a mental illness, but that's neither here nor there.
You know what I mean.
Whatever you want to go with, Big Dog. So,
yeah, the girls see you do this regularly, and they're going to come flocking over to you because you're doing that.
So the point is that Jaime Jarrín was, or had mentioned over the years, that how Vin Scully, the effect that he had for him, and not only the effect, but the support that he provided for him. There's a lot to that story, which is really cool. Everyone outside of Dodger fiefdom talk about how Vince Scully was on the stuck-up side because of the cars he drove and stuff. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, the man was well paid, and you know, hey.
Well, when you're the best in the business, you get well paid.
Yeah, and it's just jealousy by some people. Yes, Aisha. Yes. Thank you for that. Yeah, I guess you were not here when I was explaining that, and I guess all the better.
See, you tell him, Aisha. Damn it.
So anyway, instead of the air quotes, that's what I'm going to do. The passage of Vince Scully did hang over Los Angeles, and it's still for a while. We all grew up with Vince Scully, not only in baseball, the Saturday games on NBC. He also did football, did golf. He did quite a bit.
He was very big with golf. I think he was the announcer for all the major golf tournaments that were on NBC for decades, I think.
Dick Enberg is another personal favorite who I don't know if he actually, I think he was with Vince Scully for a few of the golfing ones.
Yes, he was.
Now, that was a duo. Now, for the Saturday games of the week, for those of you that don't recall, this was in the 80s and just into the 90s before ESPN got the national contract. It was Vince Scully and Joe Garagiola. What a duo. What a duo. I miss those two. I actually missed the two that were on Sunday night ESPN baseball.
Joe Morgan and I forgot the other one.
Yeah. Oh, how Joe Morgan would irritate me so much.
But when he was gone, you missed him.
Yes. I've admitted that. He annoyed me. So I said, okay, Joe, all right, there's no doubt you played the game. And yes, your 271 average got you into the Hall of Fame, all right? Good for you. There's no doubt he is where he is. But sometimes he said some stuff that I'm like, dude, no. He said some things that's like, okay, you're just making shit up now. But he's a Hall of Famer, and he's entitled to his opinion. But whoa, was his opinion way off at times. But again, this is just Scorekeeper, so take that as it is. But the passing of Vince Scully is...
Yeah. Oh, wow. You weren't too far off, Scorekeeper. These are Bob Uecker's Major League statistics. He had 14 career home runs, 74 runs batted in, with a lifetime batting average of 200.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
He played from 1962 to 1967.
He was a hanger-on.
He played for the the Milwaukee Braves, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Philadelphia Phillies, and then he ended it with the Atlanta Braves. Folks, so he bookended his career with the Braves. I believe he won his one title with the Cardinals, correct?
I'll have to look at those dates again, but yes.
Yeah, 1964 World Series champion, yes.
Folks, he was a good defensive catcher. When you hit 200 and you play as long as he did, you had something. But Big Dawg reminded me of the story when we were at the game on Thursday night, which was really cool. Big Dawg, would you go ahead and explain how you...
Yeah, okay. So Uecker used to come on to Johnny Carson all the time because, Uecker is a funny guy. So, and he had, bit acting parts in different movies and stuff. But he talked about how that when he played, he wasn't the quickest guy. So he said to make himself look quicker, he said when he would hit the ball to the infield and he'd be running down the first base line to get to first, and he's running like this, he said he would intentionally hit his hand to his helmet to knock the helmet off to make it look like he was running faster. That he was running so fast his helmet flew off. anything to try and get an advantage, I guess.
It worked. He hung around for 15 years, right?
No, 62 to 67. 5
I'm
years.
sorry. 5 years. 5 years. I added 10.
Like I added 10.
Yeah, you know what? He was so fast and he was so good, I thought he hung around for another 10. That's how fast he was, but his career was that quick. Bob Uecker was good defensively, but yeah, that was his redeeming quality. And his commercials were absolutely hilarious. The Miller Lite commercials, and then he did the Krylon paint commercials with Joe Garagiola. Oh my God, those were damn funny. Oh my God! And, the famous ones. He missed the tag. He missed the tag. He missed the tag, and he was always He's
For me, the whole thing about this for me is I grew up a little bit with Vin Foley, but then Dwayne Kuiper and the other two Giants announcers, and then of course Pat and all these other announcers all came in. Mike Miller, Al Michaels. So I think there's Al Michaels, Vin Foley.
Al Michaels on the national stage for ABC, but he also did work for other channels. Al Michaels was Big Dog. Al Michaels did football. He did baseball. Did he do any others that you recall?
Al Michaels?
Yeah.
I think he did all the sports. I think at one time
I know he did the Olympics.
He had done some basketball when it was on his. Al Michaels was mainly NBC?
ABC.
Yeah.
ABC. So I think early on when ABC had switched, the NBA had switched to ABC. I believe Al Michaels did a few of the national games. So Al Michaels was multi-talented. He was able to across the board do. You put the mic in front of him, he'll announce it and do a damn good job.
Al Michaels is going to go down in media history for his career, as well as one of the oddest trades of all time. You guys know about this, don't you? Let me go ahead and talk about this one, folks. Al Michaels was traded, okay, and he it was funny. Let me get to it right now. This was the last reported on in 2015, and the headline was, I'm going to go ahead and put it so my co-host can see it as well as everyone in the chat room. So you guys can check this one out. This is true. It was rumored at first, but it is a true story. ESPN swapped Al Michaels for a cartoon rabbit. So I'm going to try to encapsulate this as best I can. It was a big deal when ESPN acquired the rights to Monday Night Football in 2005 because Monday Night Football was history's longest-running primetime series. The conservative approach would have been to leave the program alone, but our production team wanted to put our stamp on it. So for the first time, Monday Night Football was covered on all media across all ESPN platforms, and the article was written by former ESPN president George Bodenheimer. And the television audience soared to the point where our Week 7 regular season broadcast between the Giants and the Cowboys, October 23rd, 2006, set the record for the largest audience in the history of cable television at the time. Problem was, when we gained Monday Night Football, we also lost Sunday Night Football. All of a sudden, we had two very gifted, talented, and production teams, but only one game to telecast each week. So which team was going to do the the Monday night telecast? Mike Tirico, Joe Theismann, Sunday, directed Chip Dean and producer Jay Rothman, or do we go with Monday Night Football's Joe Madden, Al Michaels, director Joe Isikoff, and producer Fred Godelli, or some combination of both? From the outset, I placed personal phone calls to everybody involved to explain what we were thinking about our options. Unfortunately, several people were very unhappy, especially John Madden, whose contract happened to be up. I later learned that within a day or two of NBC acquiring the NFL rights to televise Sunday Night Football, the entire ABC team was being recruited over to NBC. Madden signed with NBC right away. even though I wrote him a long letter to try to persuade him to stay with us. It didn't work, but I was proud of our efforts to keep him. For the Monday night production team, we chose Rothman and Dean, and while we tried to retain Isikoff and Galdelli with other assignments, they followed Madden over over to NBC. Then at the 2006 Super Bowl, a colleague informed me that Al Michaels wanted to get out of his ABC contract so he could join Madden on the Sunday night team. If true, that was a big development, as Al had been with ABC for 30 years. Sure enough, when we spoke after the game, he told me it was true. The first thing I did was call Disney CEO Bob Iger and gave him the news. A couple of days later, Iger called me back. George, I'd be willing to let Al Michaels go if you can get us the rights to Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit from NBC. After a slight pause, I responded, who or what is Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit? Well, it goes back to the very beginning of Walt Disney's career. Iger explained, Oswald is the revered figure at Disney, and I'd like to get him back. My next phone call was to my counterpart at NBC, Dick Ebersol. I opened the conversation by saying, I'm willing to talk to you about letting Al go to NBC, but I got to have Oswald back. What? Yeah, you heard me right. I got to have Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit, back. Who or what is Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit? Well, here's what I know. You'll have to research it on your end. It turns out that Oswald was a precursor to Mickey Mouse. And it was the precursor to Mickey Mouse. Designed personally by Walt Disney for Universal Pictures back in the 1920s. And Bob Iger knew it was important to the Disney family. Within a week, Ebersol had run the traps at NBC's sister company. Universal received approval, and the deal was worked out. So nearly 80 years after Walt Disney first created the one before Mickey Mouse, Oswald was back home where he belonged. At company headquarters in Burbank, California, they celebrated with an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit Day, complete with a parade, balloons, free lunches, and buttons. It was truly a big deal for the Walt Disney Company. And that's how the deal, Al Michaels was traded to NBC for a cartoon character. And go ahead,
Scorekeeper, you are a man of great intellect and love to choose your words precisely, but you failed on this one. This story was in no way encapsulated. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said I would try to encapsulate it. Yeah,
you didn't try.
I read the whole damn thing.
You did not even try.
I read the entire thing.
Try. He did say try, but
so
in the second word.
So guys, the encapsulated version would be ABC called NBC and said, "We'll give you him if you give us Oswald the Rabbit, who was a precursor to Mickey Mouse." It happened. Story over.
And that's the story. Al Michaels will go down in forever history as being traded for a cartoon character that most people don't even know existed. Those in the Disney family and Disney fans do know it. I was surprised.
The people that don't know are idiots, because if you love Mickey at all, you have to know Oswald.
And that's what I was about to say. Anyone who has a love of Disney pretty much does know that. So a lot of people don't, surprisingly. But all right.
I bet you millennials don't.
And they just ignored this story. Speedy, what do you have? What's the next story you would like to get to, young man?
Well, I'm glad you started with that, because now I can jump into this. Since you want to talk about contract, ever since we all remember, I'm sure Big Dog remembers this too, and if Dreem was with us, he'd probably remember too, when Ted Turner signed that Time Warner AOL deal, people were speculating back then, even were like, what if this gets into the hands of Warner Brothers themselves and Warner Media? And people are like, nah, that won't happen. Well, here we are 35 years odd later? Well, now it has affected AEW because, like I said before, on my own show, when I had Sports Opinion Show on Blog Talk Radio, that Ted Turner himself didn't even actually read what he was signing. And I wish he would have read the fine print, because now it has serious effects and ramifications for AEW. They might be losing out on their contract. Maybe Fox can pick them up. I don't know.
That all may be true. But the only part I disagree vehemently about is that Ted Turner did not read the contract. The guy did not become a multi-billionaire by not reading the contract. He knew exactly what he signed. Now, if you want to say he didn't care, I'll go with that. But he knew exactly what he signed. And like you said, 30 years later, who that signs a contract to sell your company to someone else thinks, oh, what are the fans going to think of me 35 years later? He don't care. He wants his millions of dollars. He's out of the business. In other words, if you owned a WCW back in the day and you sold WCW to WWE, would you say, what are the fans going to think about me 35 years in the future if this possibly happens? Would you care? No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
you
no.
wouldn't, Matt. No, don't give me that. If Vince is throwing $150 million at you, and your company isn't worth anywhere close to that, which is what happened with TBS when he sold, would you care what someone's going to think of you 35 years later? You're not going to care. Don't tell me you're going to care.
No, not at all. But this has created, like I said, bigger problems, because now it has come to pass they did sell off to Warner Brothers themselves, because it was all part of the AOL Time Warner contract that Ted Turner himself had signed. But Warner Brothers Discovery has been canceling a lot of the AEW shows due to what they call budget cuts.
What shows are they canceling? Because there's only 2 shows on. What shows are they canceling?
Well, they're canceling everything with AEW to make room for their movie Batgirl. So, the term budget cuts has an interesting place in wrestling fans' minds, as it led to the WWE release many fan favorites in a couple of years, despite WWE making $1 billion. It goes along also with Impact Wrestling gaining a large boost to their roster, but now there's a chance that this could affect AEW. And one of the ways it's affecting AEW is they're trying to avoid bad press and everything else. They're trying to stop the backlash from coming. AEW's contract with TNT, which is a network Warner Brothers company owned, expires at the end of next year, which puts them in a dangerous position. The parent company is slicing budgets because they want to stop movies and TV shows themselves like AEW, because it's blood clotting everybody's time slot, apparently. The timing for AEW with their deal coming up at the end of next year has not been looking good, because it's a risk that AEW's ratings are trying to keep up with live events and paying for TV ads themselves. If Tony Khan wants to appeal to more of his core audience, this would work. On the flip side, this could open up AEW to moving to another network and creating a new partnership through them.
I guess if you're looking at it on the negative side, but the problem is, and you're saying that they're already canceling AEW shows, and when I ask you what shows are they canceling, you can't tell me what they're canceling, because there's only 2 shows on TBS TNT, and neither one have been canceled. And as you said yourself, there's a 1.5 years left on the contract. It's way too early to even start negotiating. They don't usually negotiate till about they're 9 months out to the end of the contract. So they got a good 6 months. And the things they are canceling, like the Batgirl movie that they canceled, it's because it was horrible. It didn't even register on all the people that saw it. That's how bad it was. That's why that got canceled.
No, I said they. No, that's not what I said. I said they want to make room for movies like Batgirl and get rid of wrestling.
What are you reading then, Matt? Because they just 2 days ago announced they canceled the Batgirl movie because it was so bad. Even though it cost them $90 million to make, they canceled it anyways. They're never going to show it. They announced it will not be ever seen on any platform whatsoever owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. Okay, so
I read that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's because everybody's complaining, saying, why are you canceling? And the thing is, they're saying, oh, well, they canceled DC Legends, and they're going to cancel Flash. And, no, DC Legends had already run its course. They had announced that even before the merger.
Yeah.
The Flash, everybody knew was on its last legs already. I mean, they went 9 seasons. They're going to go 10. That's incredible for the type of show that it is, because it's expensive to make. So the cuts that they're doing, yeah, they're making HBO Discovery's making these Warner Brothers Discovery's making these cuts, but it's just stuff that's bad and not worth watching. AEW is the number one show in their time slot. Warner Brothers Discovery is not stupid. They're not going to say, "Oh, we don't like wrestling, so let's get it out of here," when it's the number one show that everybody watches week in and week out since they've been on. I don't see that happening. And the thing that you just said too about AEW buying their own commercial time, no, they're not. They're not. All the commercials that you see on there, Tony Khan's not paying Pepsi to come on there. They're not paying Pizza Hut to come on there. Pizza Hut and Pepsi are saying, hey, this is the number one show watched by all these youngsters that are buying all the college guys and gals that are buying pizza. So we're going to put our commercials so they can see it. So I'm sorry, but I have to wholeheartedly disagree that AEW is going anywhere, because they're not going to go to Fox. They're not going to go to USA. Those are WWE strongholds. WWE there's probably some sort of clause in their contract that would not allow a rival company to be on the same channel as them. It'd be stupid if they would allow that. WWE. So
right. Yeah.
So and the fact that TNA's finally getting relevant is good, because they've sucked for about 10 years. So in fact, the rumors are no, I'm not exaggerating. They sucked.
9 years.
They sucked. But the rumors are for AEW that they're actually going to add a third show, ROH, to the roster, and that has to be okayed by Warner Bros. Discovery. And from everything I've read in the articles that I read, it's a go that it'll be on sometime next year. They're just trying to get the television rights across the country to have enough TV stations to add it to. They don't want it to be regional like what it was. They want to make sure it hits the West Coast.
Yeah. That would be good.
Scorekeeper?
And, speaking of, you mentioned Impact Wrestling. Well, Madison Rayne did the same thing that another guy did in the 90s, Rick Rude. She appeared on commentary for Impact Wrestling, and then she appeared on AEW Rampage last night, on the same night.
Who's that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear who you said.
Madison Rayne.
Oh, okay.
Former girl for the Beautiful People.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yep. So that was interesting to watch her, because she tweeted out with Gail Kim, and Gail Kim told her, well, why don't you come to Impact then, and we'll see what you're really made of, if you still got it. But they didn't actually go at it. She just showed up just to show up and did color commentary.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's the way AEW is. They pretty much have an open door policy that anybody can show up on AEW at any time. we've had Impact people show up. We've had AAA people show up. We've had what do you call it? New Japan people show up. Everyone has pretty much shown up except for WWE. So seeing Madison Rayne on both shows, no big surprise. I wouldn't, if I was AEW, I wouldn't sign her to a contract. She's well past her prime, and she's more eye candy announcer, maybe valet, than wrestler. So they have enough of that, or they really don't need that in AEW. So I think it was just a guest spot just to get her more TV time, maybe get a better contract with TNA.
So you basically see her as a Beth Phoenix type woman, then, right?
No, Beth Phoenix can wrestle. I never thought Madison Rayne was a good wrestler. That's just my personal opinion. The beautiful people, God, the one that was dating Bubba Ray. Yeah, she was the best of the three, definitely by far. But Madison Rayne, I mean, she was an okay wrestler, but I mean, with the talent that AEW has, they don't need someone like Madison Rayne on there because they have enough quality wrestlers. I like I said, I feel that she's past her prime. If maybe AEW was around 10 years ago, I would have signed her. But 10 years later, Madison Rayne, no.
Right. Did you happen to see SummerSlam in its entirety? I tell you, that was
SummerSlam. Yeah, it was okay. I enjoyed the Ric Flair last match pay-per-view much better. I bought that one. I actually broke down and bought that one because for me down here, Spectrum had it on special for only $30. So I said $30, not bad. You know, Ric Flair's last match, I'm able to tape it and keep it on DVR. I felt really bad for Ric Flair though, because he just didn't have it anymore. I don't know if you saw it or just saw highlights of it or what, but Ric Flair wrestled like he was 73. And I'm sorry to say, you know, he tried. You could tell he was trying. He gave everything he had. Unfortunately, he didn't have hardly anything left. You know, his son-in-law did most of the work as he should have, and I knew that's what it was. And Jarrett and Lethal made Flair look as good as they possibly could. They carried him. He knew it, and it was. You know, it was hard. It was hard for me to watch. I prayed, and I don't do that very often. I prayed that this man was not going to take a big bump. You know, and pretty much, I think the only thing they did was the backflip on him, which he landed perfectly on the back like you're supposed to. You know, so he did do that one right. But there were rumors afterwards that he wanted to jump off the top rope and do some sort of, I don't know what. And I'm glad they said no, or he decided against it, because I don't know how that would have ended up. But the AAA match, that was the best match of the night, which was Black Taurus, Bandito, Phoenix, and oh shoot, I can't think of the fourth guy's name, but it was a fatal 4-way. That match was incredible. I knew it was gonna be good as soon as I saw the lineup. I was like, yep, those are the guys. They're gonna blow everybody away. And they did. But SummerSlam, going back to it, I'm tired of Roman as champ.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, and I thought maybe, but then I did read that with Vince stepping down as close to SummerSlam as it was, that they were not going to make any major changes in end of storylines. So pretty much whatever Vince had down already, that's what they were going to go with. But I think starting in the next pay-per-view, we're going to start seeing some changes. So
yeah, because Johnny Ace is gone, he's out. And other people are just they're done. There's talk that Bruce Pritchard might be shot as well now. So I'm like, well,
yeah.
because there's a lot of major changes, and I'm liking the changes because Triple H is like, just go out there and do what you need to do, and you can even use part of your real name if you'd like, and have more freedom. So they've been able to have freedom in their promos now, and this regime should have came in 15 years ago. It would have been better.
Oh yeah, I mean, we all saw what Triple H did in NXT when he was solely in charge of NXT. It was the best of the three brands, by far. By far, was the best.
Yeah.
And now that Triple H is back in charge again, and he's in charge of creative, I think we'll see the influx of actual wrestling again. And I think some of these top guys that have been just kind of cruising because they were in Vince's ear, they're probably a little worried right now.
Yeah, I'm sure we won't have to deal with temperature-based names. Don't the Clown, Crutch, Fang McFrost.
Yeah, that was 80s and 90s. That hasn't been around for a while, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, because I enjoyed SmackDown last night when Pat McAfee said, "Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes we're going to reintroduce to you Gunther." I was like, "Yeah!" We changed his name back to Gunther. Other than that silly name they have given him.
No, it's always been that's what they changed it to. They changed it to Gunther. It was Walter. His real name was Walter. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
It was Walter.
Walter.
What they did change, and I had talked to Scorekeeper about this, and he was shocked. When they originally changed it to Gunther, Scorekeeper, you're gonna have to help me out because I need history, man, on this. Hey, yo.
Yeah,
I'm listening to you.
Which is the Nazi guy that was the first name was Gunther or something. I guess he killed lots of Austrians, and he was in the camps or something or other.
Okay, that's a very specific name. I'll find that one right now. Go ahead.
Because Vince had the audacity to name him to name Walter this Nazi killer, and he did it knowing that Walter is truly an Austrian-born wrestler, and he named him Gunther, whatever it was. Let me see if I can look it up. Also, it might give me on his profile. WWE Gunther. Not Hunter Gunther.
I'm not getting a. Okay, while you're doing that, Aisha, thank you for spending time with us.
Hi, Aisha, thank you.
I'm not going to switch the days, Aisha. It just happened that one time, and I apologize. But thank you.
Say hi to your mom, and of course, give the queen a high five.
Thank you, Aisha, for spending your time with us.
Okay, well, all right. Gunther, all right. He was a Nazi camp guy.
Yes. So, what was his name? Gunther what?
Damn it, I just had it right now. Of course.
Now you can't find it?
Gustav. Well, no, actually, that's not his name. I Maybe I don't think it was Bernie Gunther.
No, it was Gunther something.
Yeah, I apologize, Big Dog.
I stumped Scorekeeper.
Well,
I mean, we also remember that Vince had told one guy, it's even in the movie Beyond the Mat, how about we call you Puke? Can you puke in this garbage can for me?
Yep. And he actually could.
He could. He could. And while you guys are doing that, I'll mention this, that there was also another thing that came up as I woke up this morning, which was there's some conflicting reports that Vince is still, yes or no, maybe or maybe not, on the actual roster, or he might have gotten removed. So
Who was that now? I'm sorry.
Vince McMahon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know how you go to the website and it gives you the roster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry to interrupt you right there, Speedy. Well, he was a soldier in World War II. He was a submarine commander.
Gunther Stark.
Yeah,
I believe.
I wouldn't. That's why when you said Nazi killer, I was like, oh, geez, No, I mean,
okay. He was a German U-boat commander.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But still, everybody was really, really pissed at Vince for that one. He got like immediate backlash within an hour of them announcing it, that they had changed his name to Gunther Stark.
Okay, well,
because of the fact that Walter is actually Austrian, so an Austrian and Nazi Germany kind of didn't work things out there. So within about 48 hours, they dropped the name Stark, and now he's just Gunther.
And well, I guess they're saving me some grind, because if I were to take on a name, it would be Karl Dönitz. So you World War II historians, knock yourselves out on that one. If I took a German name, it would be Karl Dönitz. So there you go. Merry Christmas.
And you'd be proud of having that name?
No, I said if I were to take a German name, I mean, it's the same thing as Gunther Stark. He was a U-boat commander. I don't know what his Nazi stuff was, but he was a soldier following orders, and that was it. So he was a man in uniform following orders. I have nothing for Germans. I know a lot of them were not Nazi Party people. Not everyone in Germany was Nazi Party. Folks, the crime of the German people is, what did they do when they knew what was happening? Okay? It wasn't a secret. People are saying that the Holocaust was a secret until the Allies liberated the camps. No. They knew where to go, where to liberate them. They knew back in the late 30s what was going on. It wasn't a secret, folks. That's the whitewashing of history. That, we didn't know what was going on. Bullshit. Roosevelt knew, and everyone did. That's why we had to go in there and get those people out. But to say that we were shocked by the horrors, we were shocked by the brutality of the horrors. Oh, my God, yes. But did we know what they were doing? They were concentration camps.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing, but I guess it's safe to say that the U.S. said, doesn't affect us here in the United States of America. So what happens over there happens over there, until they got bombed, and they said, "Oh, okay, now you poked the bear. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna wipe you guys off the face of the earth."
This is not the appropriate forum, but I will not acquiesce. I will disagree with that. And, but like I said, this is not the forum, and that's fine. Big Dog's history, knowledge of, it's just, Big Dog's not an evil, mean guy, so he doesn't pay attention to mean, evil people. I'm just going to say I will not go with that comment right now. Once you start World War II, that's my hobby, but now I'm going by that. Aisha. We have that in common, Aisha. So, that's what I'm just, it's quite a bit more to that. So we'll have a conversation on that.
Since you stayed the extra 5 minutes, give the Queen a high five and a pat on the ass.
Yeah, because the current royal family is German descent. So quite a bit of it. But that's neither here nor there. That's why they changed their names to Windsor, so it could sound a little more English, but that's okay.
You did that incorrectly. Do it correctly.
I'm a milk toast. I just go from one to the other. That's okay.
So you go back to that whenever you want. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. The whole thing does it irritate you when people do that? So that's irritating people. All right, folks, we'll go ahead and continue. There were quite a few. Speedy, are you done with that? I'm sorry, Speedy. No, we can't be done because Big Dog, we determined Gunther Stark was a U-boat captain in World War II. Sorry. Continue, please, Speedy.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm getting sick of Roman being champion too. But like you said, Big Dog, hopefully by the next 2 or 3 more pay-per-views, they do have Clash at the Castle coming up. We're going to start to see changes, and hopefully this will be the end of it. But I liked it because, Roman's in the ring going, come on, Brock. And, the Usos are like, we got weapons. And Brock's like, all right, hold on. I'll be right back. And what was that? He came out with like a rabid machine, or I forget what those things are called. And he moved the whole entire ring because people think, well, they got all the stuff under the ring and they do it on purpose. But when he clearly moved the ring, there's nothing there. And people are like, I thought there was... Okay, never mind.
It depends on the arena that they're at, that they're stuck under there. Or they have, Undertaker has told that story a few times where he's actually hidden under the ring, and like an hour before they let people, or about 20 minutes before they let people in, and he doesn't come out till the end of the show. So he says he takes a nap. He used to take a nap down there until he got the signal of get ready. We're going to turn the lights out so you can come out. And that's because there was no trap door. He had to literally lay underneath the ring for 2.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah. So they could pull off his 2 minutes of TV time.
And then Undertaker also had to do the same thing at the 1998 Royal Rumble pay-per-view, where Kane and Paul Bearer set the casket on fire, and people were like, "Where's the Undertaker?" And then you hear the Undertaker's music, and he said, "Well, we had a trap door there, but I couldn't actually remember where the trap door was. So the whole time that Kane gets on top of the casket, he's going, ugh, ugh." Undertaker is under the stage trying to remember where the locked door was, but he figured it out.
I believe it. I mean, you travel, 300 plus days a year, and you're in literally 300 different arenas a year. So yeah, it can get kind of
confusing.
Yeah.
But he was able to get out of there and get backstage and tell the guy, "Well, I'm good. You can play my music. Let Kane and let the fans know I'm good. I'm still alive." So.
I was surprised that, not surprised. I was a little shocked that Undertaker, Mick Foley, and a few other stars were at Ric Flair's last match, and they showed him on TV.
Yeah, they did.
I think had Vince still been in charge, I don't think he wouldn't allow Taker to be there.
No,
he probably would have said no. But the fact that Triple H is in charge, or Triple H and Stephanie are in charge, they know the gravity of it actually being Ric Flair's last match. And he's been wrestling since 1972, I believe, was his rookie year. 72 or 71 was his rookie year.
Yeah,
I think it was 50 years if it's 72.
Yeah, I think it was 71 because I think he had the plane crash in 72 where he broke his back, and then he came back like 6 or 9 months later, and then the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah. But like you said, all these things would not have happened had Vince still been there, because ladies and gentlemen, more and more changes expect more changes to come because there's talk now that Nick and Stephanie are trying to get, Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn out the door. They don't want them there anymore.
I could see Dunn being gone. Bruce Pritchard, actually, I mean, he has some decent ideas, and he seems to be well liked by the wrestlers and, of course, management. Of course, management, yes, definitely. But the wrestlers seem to be okay with him. So Pritchard may or may not go. But I could see Kevin Dunn going because Kevin Dunn was just Vince's, he had Vince's ear. He didn't care about anybody else. He was, I would have said he would be the third stooge when they had the two, when they had the other guys. Pat Patterson and what's his face, the other one?
Gerald Briscoe.
Yeah, Briscoe. Briscoe and Patterson, of course, were his two guys. But I would definitely say Kevin Dunn would have been the third easily.
And the other big change that I was happy about, I'm sure everybody else was happy about it, is that on Raw and SmackDown, and even on NXT, a lot of the words that Vince was like, no, this is a bad word, that's a bad word, and you can't say that anymore either. Triple H is like, no, these are legitimate words. We have to be legitimate with other sports. And that's why you heard Tommaso Ciampa's promo. I'm a wrestler, damn it. And no one can tell me different. And, they're using the actual words that Vince said were dirty, but Vince is like, no, those are not cuss words anymore. Use them. So that's what they've been doing on all three shows. So that's interesting.
Yeah,
I
which is a good thing. They're wrestlers. They're wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're entertainers also, but I mean, they're more wrestlers than sports entertainers. So I'm glad, hopefully they let them say, that they're wrestling for the strap, which was that was a big no word for Vince, calling it the World Championship a strap. That's what it is. That's what all the old guys called it. That that's the history. Of it.
And then some people had told me, well, now that this change is coming, maybe we won't see them doing what Steve Austin started doing in the 90s. Triple H was doing it too. There's the belt. I'm just going to throw it in the ring like it's nothing. And people are like, maybe they'll get some respect back. I'm like, I don't know. This is up to Triple H and Stephanie. We'll see. Maybe he won't care what they do with the belt on television.
The one thing I want them to do with the damn belt and both belts, the men's and the women's belt, put the damn buttons back on it. I hate the fact that they have Velcro now. That's an embarrassment. That is an embarrassment to anybody that you call champion that they put the belt on via Velcro. And that's the men's and the women's title. It has Velcro on it. It's, in fact, for me, I always look at the little things. And I've seen, I don't know how many times, and it drives me up the damn wall. I want to pull my hair out and look like Scorekeeper. But with the guy, especially the guys, when they're walking up the ring on the ring steps, and you see their belt, and there's lint in the belt, in the Velcro, caught in the Velcro, because they had it in their luggage or whatever, and it's accumulated lint. And they're walking up there, and you see the lint all stuck in the Velcro of the belt. And I'm like, you got to walk by 15 people to get past, TV production, and no one notices how the belt is dirty like that? Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. But, I'm also interested in seeing how this new thing, started with Bayley's new faction. And this is the actual reason why she was gone for so long and why they had to keep telling everybody, well, Bayley's on injury and, it'll be at least, 6 months to a year before she comes back. But she didn't want to come back because she said on Twitter that she had open conversations with Vince about starting this new faction that started this week on Raw, and Vince was like, "No, I'm shutting this faction down. We're not having a women's faction." And I'm going, "You had Absolution, you had all these other different women factions, but you don't want Bayley creating her own women's faction. What's the difference?" And he told her there is no difference. I don't think it's right, and you're not going to do this. But now that he's gone, Triple H is like, "You can start a women's faction. Go ahead."
Well, I mean, you simplified it, but yeah, but she of course had the legit ACL injury. It might have been an ACL and a MCL. I can't remember how bad it was. I know it was a bad knee injury, but the fact that you say she didn't come back because she didn't get her way, no. If Vince would have said, "Get in the ring, you're 100% to go, we'll get you the storyline going," she has no choice but to go in. Otherwise you get suspended or like Sasha. Sasha's in limbo. So is what's her face? They're both in
Naomi.
limbo right now. Naomi, yeah, they're both still under contract. No TV time. I know I read somewhere that Vince, now whether Triple H reinstates it, I don't know, but Vince took away their merchandising money.
Yep.
And of course, for anybody who doesn't know professional wrestling out there, people, when you sign a contract, you sign a guaranteed minimum, and it's called a downside contract. And that means you're paid X amount of dollars. So let's say Stone Cold was a great example. I mean, he earned $2-3 million a year with all his incentives, pay-per-views, so on and so forth. Being on the main event, closing out the show, you get bonus for all that. Had Steve gotten hurt, which he did, we had that neck problem, all that stuff goes away. All those bonuses go away, and you are then go down to your downside minimum, which for Stone Cold was probably $300,000 or $400,000 a year. That was his minimum amount. But with all his bonuses, he was making in the millions. So Sasha, who was probably in the, I would say, $500,000 to $750,000 a year range with her bonuses and such, her downside minimum is probably, I know women don't get paid a lot compared to the men. So I would say her downside minimum is probably somewhere in the range of $75,000 to $90,000. Because I remember Lita's was that when Lita was hurt, and Lita was making, I think at the time when she was at her height, she was making, I believe, $750,000 a year. And when she broke her neck and she was out for that year because of Dark Angel, when she was a guest on there, her downside minimum kicked in. And she was only making, I believe they said it was $55,000 or $60,000 a year. So it's a drastic change. So Sasha and Naomi, it's safe to say they're hurting, because they've been out for a while now. And when you're used to making, you're used to taking home, $25,000 every other week, and now you're taking home $1,000 every other week, or $2,000, $2,500, whatever. That's a big old difference, guys.
Well, remember a few weeks ago I said I don't think she's really hurting because she's doing a slideshow with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, she has other outside interests and stuff.
Yeah,
but like Naomi doesn't have that.
No, Naomi doesn't have that, but she's doing some outside stuff too. But Paige and other women think that, well, with the new regime now in control, that they're going to both come back. So we'll see.
If they do come back, I know I can almost guarantee it, almost 100%, that they're going to be brought in separately. Sasha will be talked to, and Naomi will be talked to separately. But it'll be Triple H and Stephanie sitting them down and say, "You need to stop this shit. You can't, if you don't like storyline, If you don't like the way something goes, you cannot just walk out on the job. Any other job, if you're out in the regular world, so to speak, and you walk out of your job, you don't get to come back. You don't get your old salary back. You don't get all your perks back. That doesn't happen in the real world. And now you've done it twice. As far as Sasha's concerned, you've done it twice now. We brought you now. We're bringing you back, so that'd be three times we brought you back. It ain't happening again. You need to understand. We're in charge. You're not. You work for us. It's not like it is on TV where you say, I'm the baddest bitch in the business and what I say goes. Everything goes through us. You need to understand that. If you do, we could talk about bringing you back.
Right.
And I don't know if Sasha is going to be able to accept that. I think she believes her own publicity right now. Because she was probably thinking, I walked out once and they brought me back, and then I had titles and I didn't agree, so I walked out again. Yeah, okay, but now there's different people in charge now, and Triple H is more connected to the wrestlers, and I know there has to have been a lot in the female locker room that resented the fact that she was brought back to top status. After her previous walkout with Bayley. So if they bring her back again, especially if they bring her back at the top again, where they automatically throw her in a championship match. It's not going to sit well with the people that are there every single day.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, she's extremely talented. I mean, she is extremely talented. She's like Charlotte. She can work with anyone, and make it look good. Like Becky can't say that. Becky can't work with everyone. There are certain people she has great chemistry with, like Bianca, she has great chemistry with. But there's other people I've seen her wrestle where you could tell the match struggled because they just couldn't, the chemistry wasn't there. Sasha's got that type of style of wrestling where she can work with anyone. So she is a definite addition to any roster, but that attitude's got to be checked.
Yeah. And it was interesting, too, to see Karrion Kross and Scarlett show up on SmackDown in the show last night.
Yeah, I heard about that. I couldn't watch SmackDown. I have it on tape, on DVR, but I was babysitting last night, and unfortunately my daughter, she didn't like spending all that money on cable, so I get no cable channels. And I had my iPad with me so I could access Spectrum, but the problem is my grandson, even though he has got a 93-inch TV, 98-inch TV where he can watch Cocomelon on that. No, he has to grab Grandpa's iPad and watch Cocomelon on the iPad. And I have no choice, of course. I'm not going to say no to him. So I spent the night watching Cocomelon, and I got a text from one of my buddies saying, "Oh, Karrion Kross is back," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll watch it later." You okay there, Scorekeeper? Before you went off the air, I saw you getting a little pale, and you still look pale. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm actually on. Okay, sorry. I'm actually on the angry side right now because.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had to run inside to find. I haven't taken one of those pills in a while. I couldn't find it.
Viagra?
Dumbass! I had my medication right here on my desk.
Is that why you have a 10 o'clock appointment? So yeah, you take Viagra about an hour and a half before. So yeah, okay, you'll be ready.
No, thanks for the instructions. I've never taken Viagra. There's no need for me to take Viagra, so I haven't had to take it. I had to take the omeprazole. That was, and I'm gonna have to. We'll see how I react, but the other one was the hydrocodone. So we'll see how much of a good mood I'll be in a bit.
Well, hydrocodone, you'll be in a great mood.
We'll see.
Just a quick timeout from wrestling. I had a similar problem yesterday, actually. I don't know if you guys are having this problem, but a lot of the smaller doctor's offices are being taken over by different companies. Because when I called my doctor's office, they were like, well, you have to call the 1-800 number now because we're under, I guess, new ownership. So I called the 1-800 number, and they were like, oh, we'll talk to your provider. I'm going, you are my provider, right? And I went, click. Okay. I don't know what that... But they said they were going to refill all my meds.
Oftentimes when there's change in ownership, a lot of people don't know what's going on, and they're really rude and dumb and stupid about it. Hopefully it's a situation just like that. I'm not sure how your medical stuff is up there, but we're almost exclusively on an HMO type system here in Southern California. It is so rare to find a doctor's office that is privately owned, and that's non-Beverly Hills, right, Big Dog? I mean, there's a few of those, but to have a doctor that still operates on their own without any affiliation, it's a rarity. And don't get me wrong, they do exist, but there's just fewer of them. So it's not a strange thing that they're joining groups or being purchased. Yeah, I mean, that's
actually a good thing, because that means that practice was doing very well, and the HMO, PPO, whoever's buying them sees the upside to them and wants to include them, wants to absorb them into their, into the board. So.
Yeah, because when I call the 1-800 number, they're like, we're now, you call blah, 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 formerly Dr. Matson, that's my doctor's name, formerly Dr. Matson's office. We'll have a receptionist get to you shortly. And I was like, okay. And then when she said that, when the live girl got on the phone, she's like, we'll talk to your provider. And I see what she meant now. Okay, because they're still changing. Okay.
Yeah. So they have to look they have to look into your insurance to make sure that they're still accepting it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we had one doctor here, and all the time that we were out here in the Inland Empire, and the doctor that we had was a really good doctor. Unfortunately, she now went on her own, so she exited the health insurance system. She went from a primary care physician to a weight and cosmetic physician. So she's on her own now. She has her own clinic and is doing very, very well. But that's her thing. She's no longer a primary care. So we lost our primary care that we had for like 9 years. So
wow.
We had to find another one. So it's no fun. So yeah, anyway, we'll see how I'm feeling. Either way, folks, I didn't do it at the top of the hour about 19 minutes ago. This is the NDB Media Network. You are listening to Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Oh, sorry about that. If you heard that, I apologize. That's the stomach issues I'm having. Unlike Speedy, when we know he's hungry, we can hear him all the time. You have a great microphone there, Speedy. But we went to a dark screen. That's the big dog over there. That's Speedy down there. I'm going to switch. I'm going to put Speedy up here because he is the big man up there. I'm going to be down here for a little bit. So I apologize for the theatrics, folks. Not feeling well. When I went into the emergency room last week on Monday and Tuesday, it was related to significant pains that I have on my left side. The labs that came back, my liver, the ACL was off the chart, as well as protein. So that was a bit of a shock, and just working through it. There are good days, there are bad days, and it has nothing to do with the diverticulitis, surprisingly. So.
Did they put you on a water pill?
No.
Interesting.
No, they tested to see if I had kidney issues, and it was throwing the doctor in the emergency room. When she examined me, she was asking, "How am I doing?" I'm like, "Great. Are you having trouble going?" "No, everything's fine." So it did throw her. It's funny you would say that, but no, they did not put me on a water pill. She had me lie back and put up the leg, and then she said, "Okay, push against it." And when I pushed against her, she went so far back to, hey, well, you're not having kidney issues. So they're treating me for a few things. They're not 100% certain what it is. So it's not NCIS. It's not House. It's not Scrubs. They don't always have an answer. So we'll see. But the hydrocodone, when it does get to be as painful as it is right now, it does the work. I've only taken it 2 times. So yeah, and I understand that I should even have probably mentioned that I have hydrocodone because someone's going to try to rob me now. I'm sorry. Big Dog?
Well, okay. You're really a general idea of where you live. I don't think anybody's going to actually take your meds.
Okay, well, I did. I hear ringing like bells coming. So I don't know if well,
it only comes out when you start talking. That's what I'm saying.
No, I hear it when you're talking. I hear it when you're talking.
I guess for your hydrocodone robbery, I guess I shouldn't mention that you live in Commerce on Ferguson, so
yeah,
they won't come after you now.
Yeah, I guess they won't.
Did you have to eat food with that?
I should have. I don't know. Let me see. Actually, it doesn't say that, no. It just says I shouldn't drink alcoholic beverages. So we're okay. So, what are we talking about, boys?
Well, no, I'm
talking about your illness.
I'm sorry. It's all right. We're past it. We'll go ahead and move on.
I can tell. I can tell the hydrocodone's kicking in.
Good. So,
you're mellow.
Baseball, in standings, in stuff that happened yesterday. Let me see. Under scores.
Oh, did the Quake win or lose? Sorry.
Oh, the Quake won. It was a close game.
Were they still playing the 66ers?
Yes.
Okay.
The way it's working here in Southern California now is that they're cutting down on travel. So each week you play the opponent. Instead of playing them like 12 games, split up 4 times a year, they're playing them only twice. Once at home and once away for a total of 6 games or 12. And they're off every Monday. There is no minor league baseball in California because they're off on Monday. That's the travel day, I guess.
Well, that's stupid.
Okay. Anyway, Major League Baseball. In yesterday's action on Friday, we have the Cubs beating the Marlins 2-1. The Orioles shut out the Pirates 1-0. The Phillies, Tony's team, the Phillies, 7-2 over the Washington Nationals. The Guardians lost to the Assholes 9-3, and the Tigers lost to the Rays 5-3. The Braves 9-6 over the Mets. The Black Sox 2-1 over the Rangers. The Red Sox took it to America's AAA team 7-4. The Twins edged the Blue Jays 6-5. Brewers 5-1 over the Commies. The Yankees lost to the second best team in all of baseball, the Cardinals 3-4. And when I say second best, I'm talking about historically. The second most World Series championships, it's Cardinals. The Diamondbacks edged the Rockies 6-5. Padres lost to the Dodgers 8-1. Blood yesterday. And the Angels held on to win over the Mariners 4-3 in 10 innings. Wow. I know the Big Dog is not a fan about the extra inning stuff, and there are very few people that are fans about it. So it's no fun. In standings in the American League East, the New York Yankees are 70-37, 64 winning percentage. Toronto's 10.5 back, Tampa Bay 12.5, Baltimore 14.5, and Boston 16.5. In the American League Central, the Gemelitos are 56-50, followed by the Black Sox and the Guardians at 2 games back. America's AAA team is 14.5 back, and the Tigres are 15 back in the American League West. You have the A-holes at 70-38. That makes the Yankees the best team in the American League, but not the best team in all of baseball, which is the Dodgers, and we'll get to them in a moment. Followed by the Seattle Pilots, 57-50 at 12.5 back. The Rangers are 22 back. The Angels are 24, and Oakland 28.5. In the National League East, the Mets are 67-39, followed by Atlanta 3.5 back, Philadelphia 9 back, Miami 19, and the Nationals 32 back. Wow. Is that the worst one? Yeah. I think the Washington team's about to be eliminated. That's crazy. In the National League Central, Milwaukee and St. Louis are 50-48, 547 winning percentage, tied for first. Pittsburgh, 15 back, Cubs 15.5, tied with the Commies at 15.5 back. In the National League West, you have the Dodgers at 73-33. Hey, Big Dog, you got some legal activity going on around you over there.
Yeah, the fire engines. So the Quake are out of town when Speedy comes in. The Lake Elsinore team is in town.
Oh. That would be a bit of a drive.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. They're at Inland Empire, so that would be what?
San Bernardino. Yes.
So I guess the 66ers are the only one. Let me see if I can pull those.
They're the only ones that are home.
Yes, sir.
So the Dodgers are 73-33. Padres are 13.5 back. The hated ones are 22 back. Arizona's 25.5, and Colorado 27.5. That's a look at baseball right now as far as standings. So, yeah, thank you for giving us the date as to when you're going to be here, Speedy, because we'd like to attend a game or two while you're here with us.
Scorekeeper, what is the difference? I see single A affiliate, and then there's something called the high A affiliate.
Yes, that there's only 4 levels in baseball. Triple A going in. Okay, well, there's Major League Baseball, Triple A, Double A, High A, and then A. In other words, you've got the kids very well in single ball, and you want to give them a little taste of a little higher up in their first year, and that's High A ball. Because they're rookie, there used to be. I don't know. Hydrocodone makes you lose your memory. Also.
Sure, blame it on the hydrocodone.
Yeah. There were a lot of greats in Major League Baseball. I think I froze. Did I freeze?
No.
No. Say something. Don't. You say, "Did I freeze?" And then you just stand there and don't do anything. How can we tell?
Yeah.
And still you haven't moved. There you go. Now you move.
My screen froze, so I asked if I had frozen. So.
Yeah, but you say, "Did I freeze?" And you, just like me, you're not moving your lips, not doing anything.
All right. I get it. Speedy says, "Notice I'm muted." I noticed.
Yeah, the whole time I was muted. So it's not me.
But every time you speak, I hear the bells. Tony, do you hear anything like bells in the background? I think it's an internal thing on our connection there, Speedy.
I did hear it earlier when it was first mentioned about an hour ago. All of a sudden, I could hear it when he was talking. So yeah, it was Speedy, but it's okay. I don't hear it much anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the 26, 27, 28, all Sixers versus Lake Elsinore.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, Speedy, why don't you say something while I mute myself?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably me. Yeah. That means I got to mess with the camera plug today, which is behind my computer. So,
Uh-oh.
after the show, I got to unplug that and plug back in, and then get it tested for next week. Which means Scorekeeper needs to do the same.
Say ho? What?
Oh, you said say ho, so
Wow, you listened. God bless America. Thank you, Big Dog. You are Miss Marvel incarnate. What was that, Speedy?
I said, since I'm going to unplug my camera and then plug it back in, and then I'm going to my audio put it up for next week, you should do the same.
Scorekeeper, is it me or is his audio coming in and out, or is it just me?
It is coming in and out.
Okay, so I was like, is my hearing going? Because he's choppy.
Wow. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll have to unplug the camera and then plug it back in.
You know what Speedy's doing? He's ringing bells. We just can't see him. He's doing it just to annoy the shit out of me. But that's okay.
There's nothing here.
That's exactly what it is.
Look how talented he is, Scorekeeper. He has his hand up and he can still ring the bell. I wonder what's ringing it.
Oh, we know what's ringing it.
All right. I'll just I'll stare at this the rest of the show.
Oh well, thank you, Mr. Armpit, but that's okay.
He's in helicopter mode.
Oh,
he's in helicopter mode.
Oh, is that what it? Okay, what does that mean, Big Dog? I don't know what that means.
Think about it. The way he had his hands up, what else would be a helicopter there?
I was just assume the position. I don't know, Big Dog. I don't speak vernacular. I'm sorry. I'm very naive. Look, I had a drink presented to me at a theater, and I didn't know what the hell to do. So what's helicopter? Come on, Tony, help me out here.
Well, that's when a certain appendage of yours, you can kind of, with your hips, you can swing it around like a helicopter. If you are so endowed.
Think it through, Speedy. Think it through.
Yeah, I'm messing with my computer, which has mono.
Oh, is that what you're messing with? Oh, sorry. All right, Tony. Appreciate it. Yeah, I guess I got it from the explanation, Big Dog, and that adds to it. Woo, colorful this morning. All right, folks. Sports Talk with the Guys. Home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m., 8:34 a.m. Pacific time. I will have to be done by 9:30 or thereabouts, and that'll be good. And then I have a 10 o'clock appointment, as I mentioned, and then we're going to be back on air at 11 a.m. Pacific time for our follow-up interview. So it'll be a bit of a busy morning right here on the NDB Media Network.
You should actually end the show around 9-ish, so you can get a little bit of rest.
Yes.
And then maybe get some food in you, and then be prepared for your 10 o'clock.
You know, in some cultures, that's rude.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with the, thumbs up, thumbs down, and your finger on your nose, thumb out of your mouth, head out of your ass. Think about that.
Go to an Asian culture and wink at them.
Oh shit.
That is considered extremely rude.
Is that every one of the Asian culture?
I believe for Japan and a lot of their culture that they have, I know it is like it's like using the C word to a woman if you wink at her.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So there you go, boys. Don't do that, and don't do this on air either, because in some cultures, actually, the thumbs up, thumbs down is really not as bad as some people. But I understand. Like, I forget. We have a habit, I guess, here of saying "come here." In the Persian or Arab world, if you do it a certain way, it's like you call a human one way, you call a dog another. I think the way we do it is you call a dog, I forget. So it's insulting. So there's a lot. Which I learned about in cultural geography, which is really kind of cool.
And of course, when you're in Britain, you don't do that. You can do this, but you can't do that. Because isn't that like the middle finger over there?
Bollocks to you, big dog.
Yes, I have two of them.
Well, just very quickly, I'd like to say that,
Please.
you know, since we're going to end the show early, Big Dog, do you know what the anniversary from the 80s that's on today?
The anniversary of what? You cut out real quick. I'm sorry. The anniversary of?
It's the 24th, I think the 20th or 24th anniversary of G.I. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's doing an entire stream on it on YouTube right now.
Yeah. I was never a big Joe guy, so. Yeah, I heard about it. I think it's 24th anniversary of the TV show.
Yep.
And they're having a marathon. I forgot what. I don't know if it's Cartoon Network or wherever it's at.
Well, someone is streaming it on YouTube right now. So
I thought it was on one of the cable channels that they were going to start it from the very first episode all the way through.
Well, I tried to find it on TV, but I can't find it. But I found it on YouTube, so.
Okay.
What about Scorekeeper? Was he a big Joe fan?
Dale Cover? No.
That sounds about right.
I was disappointed with G.I. Joe because they never died. So I was watching the more sophisticated Robotech where characters actually had storylines. So I was at a kid adult mode in my life when G.I. Joe debuted. It was like, there was good storylines. I did watch it from time to time, but I did see the movie. Which one was it? The last one? Was it Cobra? It was in the theaters within the last year. I did see it. I'm a casual G.I. Joe fan.
The one with the rock in it?
No. The episode I saw yesterday, no, not yesterday, on Thursday when I got home from work, was the episode where Sergeant Slaughter appeared. Sergeant Slaughter was a Joe. That was awesome.
I know. No, it wasn't.
All right, you guys don't think so. I think so.
Whoa! That was his commentary.
And to make it even better, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay, we'll give you a minute.
How you feeling?
I don't feel like I'm sitting in my chair right now.
I
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I have taken a legal substance right now. I have a prescription for it. It is starting to work. So I apologize for my inanity.
You gonna be ready for your 10 o'clock?
I'm sorry?
So you're gonna be ready for your 10 o'clock? Or are you gonna be like like Wolf of Wall Street when he took all those drugs, where he's just like drooling in the corner, trying to help people out.
All right, are you ready for it?
Huh? You broke up. What was that?
Are you ready for a big reveal?
Oh,
Sure.
I get it. I get it. Oh,
Okay.
Cool.
You have G.I. Joe?
Of course, I'm an 80s kid.
Or are you a Cobra?
No, I'm a Joe. Just like when I go to Universal Studios, I got my Autobot shirt. Okay, I'm not a Decepticon. Never will be.
I'm an Autobot as well.
Good for you.
By definition, is a Decepticon.
Big Dog?
Big Dog reminds me of Starscream.
What?
Okay. No, just you remind me of Starscream. Anyway. Wow.
Which one is that? Which one is he from Star Trek?
So anyway, Speedy, I'm impressed. How many more videos do you have? The G.I. Joe ones, how many more videos do you have? Or those are the two that you have?
Those are the only two I have.
That's cool.
I was going to buy more, but then, of course, they closed my students, they closed Blockbuster. Maybe I'll try eBay. I don't know.
You should check. See if they are any on any of the platforms, either Netflix or Amazon, Peacock. You should see if they're on that, because I know, like on with HBO Max, all the Justice League shows, the cartoon shows, all 5 seasons are on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And folks, I apologize. The movie I was talking about was Snake Eyes, and it was actually late last year, 2021.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. I said it was this year. No, it was late last year. It was Snake Eyes. That's the origin story to Cobra, or one of the origin stories. So anyway, yeah, I did see that movie this year. So I'm a casual fan.
Was it as bad as they said?
I don't believe so. I don't. When it comes to a movie like that, I didn't even know Big Dog. I didn't pay attention. I just said I'm gonna go see it, and that was it. I don't pay attention to what other people say. I don't. And the critics, the internet, it's fake anyway. Most of the people I've learned that are talking are just bitter, unhappy individuals that are in mama's basement. It's really sad. And oftentimes they haven't even seen the movie, but they want to get the bigger hits on their posts. It was
I guess.
an adventure movie. Seriously, it was an adventure movie that it was really well done. It's an origin story, which we did not know a lot of. I know that. The origin story that we know of Cobra is very thin. So this movie attempted to fill it in. So you're going to get people that are unhappy about that. You know, in today's generation, they have to have an answer to everything, which is, whatever. I just, I didn't even bother to check that, Big Dog, so I didn't know it was. I know it didn't do very well at the box office. That I do know.
It only made $40 million.
Yeah, I think that clearly bombed. I don't think that was the advertising budget, Big Dog.
The Rotten Tomatoes score was only 35%, and the Metacritic, which I don't usually go by, but Metacritic has it at 43%. IMDb had it at 5.3 out of 10.
Because there was another G.I. Joe movie within the last 5 years that also, I don't believe, did very well.
Well, I know the one, I'm not sure how long it was, but the one with The Rock in it, which was the G.I. Joe 2 movie, the sequel. I know that one bombed big time, if I'm not mistaken.
That might be the one I'm talking about. I don't know. It's been such a long time. But all right, it's all good. Sorry about that, folks. We're going to go ahead and get back to the sports stuff in the last little bit that we have. My calendar is a bit thin. I didn't go over the calendar of upcoming events. I just happen to have August as being a bit thin. August 10th, the MLS All-Star Game will be hosted by the Minnesota United team. On the 25th, do you guys remember this? There's a biopic that's going to debut for Mike Tyson, and that one's going to premiere on the 25th on Hulu. So if you guys have that one, it'll be interesting to see. Big Dog, were you here when we were talking? I think, Speedy, you were, when we were talking about that cryptic comments by Mike Tyson. Did you know about that, Big Dog? They might be.
Which one?
Well, over the last year, he's been talking about his health, and he was interviewed, which people may be making a big deal of it, but he basically said that he has some medical news that's going to debut soon. It was an offhanded comment in the podcast that we all die. You know, we all die eventually. And he did go back and find out that he's given off some encrypted messages about his health. So there's been some speculation that he has some sort of illness that he hasn't admitted to. And the biopic may be forthcoming on that. Don't know if you'd heard anything about that, Big Dog.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he had some sort of brain trauma, you know, where maybe he's got like Alzheimer's or you know, onset dementia or something like that because of all the punches he took. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And he also, if I'm not mistaken, had a little bit of a drug problem. So, you know, back in the early days when he was young and, you know, beating up girlfriends. So, but I have noticed that he has over the last 2 years or so been giving a lot more interviews, which he hardly ever did before. And he's a lot calmer, I guess you would say, in his interviews, where he doesn't seem as angry as he used to. You know, even in interviews, you could tell he was just an angry person. And I noticed at least the last year and a half when I've seen him do interviews, he's very calm, which struck me odd. What's up, Double D?
Double D is in the house.
Yes, good morning, Double D. Your stalker, your secret admirer may be watching us right now as well, Double D. So thank you for joining us.
You have a secret admirer. Scorekeeper is a stalker. So the distinction has to be separate.
Look,
there's
dumbass.
There's a person he stalks in Montclair. Very sweet person, but he knows her schedule. He knows what time she goes in, what time she gets off. You know.
I don't know the time she gets off. I just know the time she gets in.
Well, excuse me. The time she leaves work, you don't know what time she gets off.
Yeah, I know. Double D, you know Coffee is your fan, and he's always after us to get you back on the program. He really wants you. And Roz, thank you for joining us. The girls are in the house now. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Roz.
Good morning. LOL, that sounds like my company. Pretty good. That's funny, Double D. But as you know, Coffee is always demanding that we bring you back. Like we have that choice. So it's really good to see you, WD. Thanks for joining us. And you are always welcome. Double D, by chance, the weekend of August 27th, I don't know if Coffee's watching at the moment, but he will see this. And I get to tell him that you were on and he wasn't here because Coffee's almost always with us. But he is in Seattle. He might be traveling right now. He went to go visit his son. What?
He's in Seattle. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I missed it. He told me in advance, and I was going to try to get up there, but I think this is his travel day today. So that's why he may not be with us right now.
But he still lives in Minneapolis, though, correct?
Yes,
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
he's trying to move out to Seattle. Yes.
Oh, okay. What a difference in weather patterns there.
Well, I think they're both cold, but one has a lot more snow, which is
Right. Yeah.
which is what the big dog is talking about. There's a lot more snow in Minnesota than there is in Seattle. Well, I guess Seattle just is colder, period. Yeah. So there's a significant difference in weather pattern. So Double D, August 27th is a Saturday. Speedy's going to be in the neighborhood, so we're going to try to do a program either here or over with Speedy, or maybe at Universal Studios. Who knows? We'll ask. It won't happen. We'll ask. Maybe we'll do it there on the lot. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Kevin and Bean did the tour guides, which I was there on August 10th, 1990, when they did the tour guide stuff with my buddy Joe Estrada. G.I. Joe! Oh, crap. There we go.
Yep.
So,
one thing I do, since you said G.I. Joe again,
what about
I did want to mention.
Go ahead, Big Dog.
I did want to mention that in the comic world, G.I. Joe is still extremely popular, and a lot of the cover artists, that's one of their big goals is always to score a G.I. Joe cover. Some of the guys that do some very innovative covers. And there's been some beautiful covers done, especially with Snake Eyes and his helmet, and the fact that his the glass part, the glass part of his helmet is reflective. They've done some very creative stuff with that, and they go for a good chunk of change. Those covers.
Oh, I bet they do.
Well, folks, G.I. Joe in American cultural history is not unlike Captain America. They are the heroes. What?
I guess you could put them in the same genre. They're definitely the same genre, but I wouldn't put them on the same level.
I didn't.
G.I.
It wasn't my intent to put them on the same level. In pop culture history, these guys go back. That's what I said. They go back to roughly around World War II. And one was a toy line, the other one was a comic.
Really? That one I didn't know G.I. Joe went back that far. I thought Marvel introduced them in the mid '80s as far as comic book wise. I didn't know the. Yeah, you're right. The action figures do go back a ways. But comic book wise, I could have sworn that Marvel was first to introduce them to the comic world in the mid '80s.
Now the G.I. Joe dolls and figurines, the larger G.I. Joes, those go back to the 50s and 60s. Those are incredible collector's items. But folks, we're mixing. I don't think they were meant to be mixed. One was a toy. One was a theater hero. That's Captain America was out to beat the Nazis. He was a cinema hero, and G.I. Joe was a toy for kids. So they go a ways back. As a matter of fact, the G.I. Joe toy line, and which I didn't realize they had two of them, and they were also in the United Kingdom, which is interesting. They go back to the early 1960s. So, and it was invented by Hasbro. Oh no, Hasbro has the mark, but they roughly started in the 60s, about the time of
Probably, I would say Mattel.
I probably would have been. They were Mattel.
Yeah, because I think Hasbro has them now.
Yes.
But because I don't think Hasbro was around back then. I think it was just Mattel, and I don't even know any other toy company from back then. I mean, I know there were many, but as far as on a national level, I would have said Mattel the way they brought them out and such.
This might be Hasbro all the way, surprisingly. So But yeah, those larger dolls, and the whole thing was when they were coming out with these characters, there was a belief that boys don't play with dolls. So there was
They don't. They play with action figures.
yes, there is a significant difference, and
Yes.
uh,
That's why
that's
I
why
cringe every time you say. That's why I cringe every time you say dolls.
this is the only time I've used dolls because this Barbie. Thank you, Double D, because that's how they were brought up as. They were brought up as dolls, and boys don't play with dolls, so they came up with these hardcore fighting images, and the fighting images. And actually, they're the ones that came up with action figure back in the 60s. So it's not a 1970s or 1980s invention with the Star Wars action figures. That name was already around for about 10, 20 years. And they were
Yeah.
referred to as America's movable fighting men. The conventional marketing wisdom in the early 60s was that boys would not play with dolls and parents would not buy their sons dolls, which have been traditionally a girl's toy. Thus, the word doll was never used by Hasbro in making of the G.I. Joe action figure, which was the only acceptable term and has since become the generic description for any posable doll intended for boys. America's movable fighting man is the registered trademark of Hasbro and has probably been displayed on every box action figure. And the original ones were Rocky, the Marine soldier, Skip, the sailor, and Ace was the pilot. But then, of course, it became the more universal name that they became just G.I. Joe. So, little bit of history on that one. So, if I start to stutter right now, I'm sorry. It is the hydrocodone right now, so I do apologize. I can really feel it taking effect now. I know you guys can't see, but my left arm is gripped to the chair right now because I don't feel that I'm sitting on my chair right now. Sorry. So I'm being Dr. Claw in reverse. I've got my head on the chair and I won't let it go right now. How you doing, Speedy?
Good. I like what Tommy Gunn said in Small Soldiers. Everything else is just a toy. I love action figures.
Yeah, that's all we have is action figures, which is really good. All right.
Did you see what I put in private too?
I'm sorry?
Did you see what I put in private?
Oh, yes. Okay. You should be able to make it through there. It's the summer, Speedy. You should be fine. You should be okay on that. It's all right. Folks, in September, NASCAR on September 4th starts the round of 16, which that's also the weekend for college football for the debut. The NFL opens on September 8th. We have NASCAR starting the round of 12 on the 25th. Bristol will be September 17th. October, we're going to have a lot of NASCAR and Formula One stuff. Major League Baseball ends on October 5th. And, of course, the Raceway Champ for NASCAR will be November 6th. It will be at the Phoenix Raceway. And then the World Cup, which should have been this summer, which probably should have been playing right now, but due to the heat, is going to debut on Monday, November 21, and it's going to run up until December 18th. And the World Cup is in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken, or Bahrain. I don't remember which. But I'm looking.
Is that a blood diamond? Is that a blood diamond country?
No, that's a Gulf state country. Bahrain is one of. It's almost like a little island, Bahrain, in the Persian Gulf. So it's also the headquarters for the United States Fifth Fleet in Bahrain. But I don't remember if it's Dubai. Okay, 2022 World Cup. But folks, Thanksgiving week is loaded with sporting events. You have basketball's already started, hasn't it, Big Dog? By the November Thanksgiving holiday.
Yes, of course. It starts in October.
Okay, well, thanks. Okay, oh, it's Qatar. I should remember this. Sorry, it's the hydrocodone. It's in Qatar. The same thing, World Cup, it's a Persian Gulf state. I'm looking for a co-host because we're going to be doing the first 2 to 3 weeks of World Cup coverage right after the games. So if anyone wants to join me, I'm going to be talking about the games right after, and I'm looking for a co-host for our World Cup coverage, which will be daily, up to 3 times a day. So if you're interested, let me know. I am looking for a co-host. We're going to be doing World Cup coverage the first week, if not actually into the second week as well, and all the way through. So, all right. That's a quick look at my calendar, and we're real good. Big Dog, help me out here. 1 year ago, on November 3rd, you stated that NXT will be on YouTube. How is that looking? I know it was a stupid prognostication you make, which I wrote down. And you just predicted it was going to be there. Has it already happened? Is it looking to happen?
No, it's not going to happen because now there's a different regime.
Ah, okay. So there it is. So, and of course, duh, we didn't know that back then. But by the way, Double D, are you a lefty? Are you a lefty, Speedy?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, and thank you for the imagery of that. And did you guys know that on August 13th, it is Left-Handers Day?
When?
August 13th, next Saturday, is Left-Handers Day.
All right, I will let Melissa and Mason and Miles know that.
Melissa, yeah, she is a lefty.
Yes, and Mason looks like he's going to be a lefty.
Uh-oh. What did
he hasn't decided yet.
Where did I mess up, Double D?
No, she's saying no. Her son Mark is.
Oh, yes.
A lefty.
Okay. Yes.
You have to forgive him. He's using that as an excuse. It's not that. It's a regular thing for him. He just likes to use it right now.
Dude, I feel like I'm not sitting in my chair. That's all I can say. All right, so we are over a little bit. I do want to end by 9:30.
Lightweight.
Do you guys have anything else you want to get to right now?
Lightweight.
Quickly, Denny Hamlin knowing about an illegal piece of tape on his car.
Say that again, because I know he was complaining, saying that he is not a top-tier talent. What was it about Denny Hamlin again?
Well, some people are saying that he knew about the substance of illegal piece of tape on his car.
Oh, okay. Was the tape on the outside or on the inside? Because it's kind of stupid when you think of all the stickers that they have. Where was the tape? I saw that article. I didn't get a chance to see it out. Because Denny Hamlin, after that incident, was like, hey, it doesn't really matter. I'm not top-tier talent anyway. I was like, where the hell did that come from? So, Speedy, please follow up. I'd like to know a little bit more about that one.
Well, I'll put it in the chat. There you go, in the chat room. But he seems to be saying it's not him. That he believes that someone put it there, like planted it. I don't know.
Well, what was the thing? So there's tape on his car. What's the big deal?
Well, NASCAR officials say that it's illegal to have car tape on your car now.
Well, the type of tape, and there is a video. I'm going to put it in the chat room, folks, so you guys can see it as well. And Big Dog, there is a little bit of imagery if you want to switch on over to it right now. But they're very anal when it comes to absolutely anything on these cars, because everyone is always trying to get some sort of advantage. And even having tape on a car can lead to having an advantage. So, as per this story, he says, when they pulled the wrap on the car back, my crew chief in particular was like, what is that? I've never seen that before. So it was a shock to us for sure. And when you look at it, apparently there's tape in the rear window of the car that he's driving. And if that is the case, that is a significant violation because NASCAR says you can't have anything back there.
And the tape on the back window alters the car how?
I'm not that smart to know, Big Dog, but if they have tape, they could be risking by not having the nuts in there and stuff to reduce the weight of the car, giving them an unfair advantage. It could be lots of things. But again, I don't pretend to be the expert on it. That's why I was wondering, do you know what the claim was on this one, Speedy?
It's from the article I'm looking at. It says NASCAR has revealed the violation was due to a 2-inch wide by 5.5-inch long by a 5.5-inch long 0.012-inch thick strip of tape applied beneath the car's vinyl sponsor wrap.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Because he disqualified.
It says the team declined to appeal and confirmed the additional material was present, saying it was due to a, quote, change in our build process that was not properly vetted within our organization, end quote.
Oh, wow. Okay. So they clearly admitted that. Huh. Or it wasn't worth them fighting. See, they won, and he was disqualified, and it cost him $300,000. That's a lot of money in the NASCAR circuit.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he said he didn't even know it was there. And my question is, are they looking at cars now like police cars look at tinted windows, for example?
I'm sorry, Speedy. I didn't get all of that. There was a little bit of breakup. What was the thing?
My question was, is NASCAR looking at this as like a tinted window problem?
Well, I don't know, because Big Dog said it was attached to the underside of the logo of the vendor, right? The advertiser, did you say?
It was it was a change in our build process that was not properly vetted, and what it was that inch tape that was applied beneath the car's vinyl sponsor wrap. So in other words, like the FedEx, it's not a logo per se. It's not a sticker. It's an actual wrap, like what they do now with the cars to preserve the paint, where they wrap the entire car in a clear coat vinyl wrap. So it's harder to scratch the car. It's harder to little pebbles and stuff don't affect your car. That same way of doing that to like our cars is applied to these racing cars. So it's not a logo sticker. The stickers can come off. So they do the entire wrap. So it's like a 3D matrix type process where it's a clear wrap with the logo on it, and they just wrap the entire car around it, and then they heat shrink it onto the car like they would a regular wrap.
Oh, okay.
That was the Big Dog. Thank you. That was very clear on that. And while Big Dog was talking right now, I was thinking about the processes that we had to go through as a department when we were going to do a wrap. And it's funny, I closed my eyes and I was thinking about myself, shit, that's exactly what we did. But we did not go with the wrap because the cost associated with us was ridiculous.
I'll bet. Yeah, wraps are expensive as it is. I was going to say wraps are expensive as it is. I can just imagine the upcharge knowing that you guys are county, because of course you guys always get upcharged. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. They bend you guys over, don't take you to dinner, don't even tell you you're beautiful or nothing. They just
That was a little too fast, Big Dog, but yeah. I'm glad. I'm no one to comment, but we did receive multiple quotes, and I understand, surprisingly, they were competitive, but they were not cheap, no doubt. It was, it was a lot. And I had nothing in the decision-making process. Double D. Yeah, it was really funny. It would have been a hassle to put that on because they wanted to have it done internally, not sent out. If we were going to be bent over twice had it been.
Yeah, because no offense, I think County would have effed it up if they had to do the wrap themselves.
That I will tell you, both professionally and personally, I work with the three guys in our body shop. They're really good at what they do. I admire what they do.
No, I understand that. The body shop is different from wrapping, though. The wrapping is you have to learn that. That's a learned.
This
thing.
is what they do.
Oh, so they wrap? Well, no, you said auto body.
They
So I figured.
apply. Yeah, they apply the logos, the stickers. They do all that stuff. That's why when I said earlier when you were describing, I'm like, that's right. I saw them do all that stuff. Our guys are really good at applying those things. As a matter of fact, we've had to put wraps on the much larger vehicles, and they've done phenomenal jobs. So, but it's a hassle. Big dog. And everything you said was spot on. Where it's just, wow, it's a lot. I've seen them do it. They're good at what they do. But doing that for all of our vehicles, we don't have the manpower to do it. There's only 3 people in our body shop. It wouldn't happen. We have over 3,000 vehicles. Not gonna happen. Not even close.
Scorekeeper, quick question. I know it's supposed to be sports, but I have a professional business. Your other job question. You say you have 3,000 vehicles. Do all the vehicles from LA County come out of that yard, or do you have different yards that
for my
have the vehicles come out?
For my department, 99% of all the vehicles come out of our yard. So yes, I'm the one that helps to make sure they get out.
So without
delivered. Sorry, Big Dog. I was going to give you a quick example, like a D8, those super huge dozers, stuff like that.
I'm just talking about regular trucks. I'm talking about regular trucks that pull like the signage that say go left or go right, that kind of stuff.
Everything comes out of our yard.
When there's an accident or something like that, you'll know about it since you're the one that takes care of that part.
As a matter of fact, yes, I'm the one that arranges for the repair of all the accidents.
So, just last week, a county, because they said it was a county vehicle, was stolen. And it was a car chase that was on Channel 4 and Channel 5, late night. They stole a county vehicle that had a thing to the back of it. And I guess it's the sign, it was one of those ones that has the arrows, put either point left, point right.
Boards? Yeah, where you see the
yeah.
arrows.
Well, anyways, I don't know what the guy did because I caught it in mid-chase, and that thing was being dragged at like 15 miles an hour across the freeway, and there was just sparks everywhere. So it was ruined, and I don't know what the extent of the damage was to the truck. My immediate thought was, I wonder if Roger's going to deal with this in the morning. And since you said, so you must have. Do you remember that? It would have been a week ago. You can either confirm or deny, or you don't quite remember that.
I will confirm that I have not received the report yet.
Okay. Now, could that be because it was a stolen vehicle and it's got to go through their impound and blah blah blah, and then it trickles out to you?
I believe I know what you're talking about. If it was a public works truck, 100%, I will see that. Yes. I'm assuming they kept saying it was a county. They made sure to specify county, not city. So get it wrong even then from time to time. It could be a city vehicle as well, which they've called us county. That's why I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if it's a PW vehicle. So,
okay.
But I will. Oh, I see the reports within 3 days, and I'm the one that actually arranges for the fixing, ordering parts and stuff like that. But I don't make the determination if it'll be totaled, or I don't make the determination, on the operational needs on replacement stuff. I have nothing to do with that.
Well, the truck, I don't know how badly the truck was damaged, but that signage one, that was a total. I know that was gone. It was literally dragging.
We had a vehicle stolen from a vendor, a reputable vendor. Never happened before, and it hasn't happened since. It was like a year, 2 years ago. The kids broke into their yard. They stole the GMC. It was either a GMC or Ford. They stole it, ripped out everything. They painted everything. They were just little.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, they ruined the vehicle, but they ruined the interior only. They put about 300 miles on it, so we were actually able to fix it. But because it was stolen and it was declared a total loss, that now has a salvage title on it. So when it came in, I actually saw the paperwork of that within the last 2 weeks, and it was interesting because I saw, and it was like, salvage? We don't have a salvage vehicle. I'm like, yeah, we do. And I pointed out, they're like, oh, that's right. So it was kind of cool. I was the one that remembered the vehicle being stolen from a certain vendor, and I resolved that one kind of fast because we don't have salvage vehicles. We have one now. Otherwise, just tiny bit of trivia, because for the legal things, it had to be declared a stolen vehicle and a loss. Oh, it was a hassle, man. That one was fun in that how we had to resolve it, but
yeah,
it was a hassle. So yeah, what you said earlier about what we had to do, yeah, I actually wasn't resolved. If that one is a county vehicle, I will be involved in either the repair or the sending it out to pasture.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of cool.
He was probably the one that also sent out all those work trucks from the vehicle fire that happened at a gas station in Lower Hollywood. I'm sure you heard about that, right?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. But I will say that I am one of the assistant rental coordinators. So whenever there's a disaster or something, I help to procure vehicles to get them out. Sad to say, but whenever the mudslides and fires and stuff are happening, I do coordinate in getting resources to our crews. You know, a lot of people make fun of us. A lot of people rip what we do. But when there's a disaster, we're first one on scene, folks. And I'm proud of my coworkers. I'm proud that I'm able to have a hand in helping to restore the community. And those are the times when I'm really proud of it. And I'm proud of the men and women that go out there and oftentimes actually do risk their lives. They rip them at every moment, but they're one of the first ones to go up there. Yeah. And
that's why you're classified as a first, second responder.
If there is such a title, yeah.
Because I know you don't like being called a first responder. I know that because you feel you're not, but you are considered a first responder. That's why I called you a first, second responder. Because you have the first responders that go out there and then you go and you back them up. So
it is funny, folks. If there's a disaster, if there's an earthquake, oh no, I am a first responder, but I am not considered a first responder. It's funny. I've been out there. I've told the stories, folks. I was out there for 7 days at Sierra Highway and Vasquez Canyon Road, man. I had a car, I had a jacket, and I had a paddle, and that was it. I was on my own, folks. I've heard the stories of what residents do, and it happened to me too, man. I'm out there. It was MLK weekend. It was freezing, and you're just out there. You're trying to help out the people, restore their lives, and I'm doing traffic control. I'm a clerk, folks, and I'm doing traffic control. That's how bad it was in 2005. They needed bodies when the hillsides were coming down. It really was all men, all women on deck. And I'm proud of my brothers and sisters because we responded. And I got my assignment. I went out there. And, I've heard of stories of the way residents treat you, and they did. I was shocked. There was one night that, I think it was a Saturday night, this little truck with this old couple comes driving up, and, I'm going to check their ID to see if they can go forward. And before anything else, just as I get through, the guy spits out a big styrofoam cup. And I could see the heat. stifling black coffee. And the older man, he was probably in his 60s or 70s. He says, "Young man, look like you're trembling a little bit there. Here you go." And did me a big cup of coffee, man. It was beautiful. I don't like black coffee. I have to have cream and sugar, but you know what? That was the best cup of coffee I had in my life. And it was cool. And it was given to me by one of the residents who just said, seems like you're a bit cold out here, young man. And I ran over to Frank, who was doing duty with me. I said, "Hey, Frank, they gave me coffee. You want to split some?" And he's like, "No, yeah, I'm all right, dude." And then these kids brought us pizza. Other people brought us from a French restaurant up the street. They brought us onion soup. Oh, God. I hate onion soup. Out of the goodness of their heart. I still have the spoon from the restaurant. It's nice, man. But they sent me their trademark product, onion soup. It's French. Oh, it's all onion. Like oysters. You have the onion and it's like, ugh. But I finished that soup. Took me about 6 hours.
That's what I feel about corn.
Corn? Yeah, big dog.
No, I hate corn. I hate corn with passion.
The residents, when I was up there, no POS. Let me tell you, that onion soup, I mean, it was, it was hard. That's not a favorite of mine, but if someone were to serve it to me, I like you would take it and eat it. Oh yes, I did. It was hard.
Because you were raised like I was. Your parents told you if you go down to a friend's house or relative's house or whatever, and they put that food in front of you, that's what you're eating.
You shut up and did. Oh, big dog. Double D's.
Yep. I am that weird Mexican. I don't like corn. I detest corn.
You could have just stopped at weird Mexican.
I detest corn. I don't like tomatoes. I don't like raw onions.
I know about the tomatoes. You told me about the tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't like raw onions. I raw onions. I will if you cook them in like a meat or carne asada or whatever. That's different. I don't like tomatoes, but I love ketchup. Corn tortillas are different. I like popcorn. I like popcorn, but I still won't eat corn.
Oh yeah, I think Speedy. Growing up, did you like tomatoes? I didn't.
I
still don't.
I did it, but after my surgery, I was like, it doesn't taste right anymore. So big deal. Really? You don't like corn on the cob either?
No.
I don't like corn. I don't care how you make it. The only thing I'll eat is I'll eat popcorn, and that's about it.
Okay.
It's all good. I did not like tomatoes growing up, but I love tomatoes now, and now I can't have it due to the diverticulitis because of the little seeds. I can't have them. So when I have tomatoes, I have to carve out the seeds, which is great. Fine. No problem. I still love tomatoes.
Nope.
Darla's talking crap. Hey, come on, man.
I mean, I'll eat corn tortillas, but that's different. It's not the same.
It's just the corn in its purest form. That's not your thing.
Yep. And also, no matter how much you chew it still comes out whole. So I don't understand that either.
Which means, ladies and gentlemen, he also will not eat corn out of a can, right?
It's corn. What don't you understand? No type of corn at all. Cob, can, fresh, chucked off the vine, whatever. I will know. No. Now, if I will tell you this right now, if I go to your house and you serve me corn, I will eat it.
Yes.
I will eat it, and I will make a face. I will make a sound, but I will detest every spoonful because I'm a guest in your house, and that's what you are serving me, and that's the way my mother taught me. That whatever they put in front of you, you eat.
Tony, I was waiting. I wanted to know. He says, I don't like pork. I agree with you, Tony. I'm not a big old fan of pork and Latin. Oh, my God. ham, onions, mushrooms, green peppers, or any condiments except I love hot sauce and olive. Isn't that funny? And you can find green peppers and mushrooms and onions in the hot sauce. I don't like sweets either. I hate sugar. Oh.
No. I understand. I sympathize with all that. No, I really don't like corn nuts either. Olive oil I can deal with.
Oh, really?
Donna says she loves everything.
That's right.
Spinacas? You like spinach? And I'm sorry, Double D. I shouldn't have said that. What I said a moment ago. I apologize to you, Double D, when I use that swear word. I was using the familial. I'm sorry. But do you like spinach?
I like spinach. If you cook, I won't eat it raw. But if you cook it down, if you cook it in something, like my daughter uses spinach when she cooks it in. I can't remember what she uses. Janelle likes using spinach in. I forgot what dish she likes making it, and it's actually decent. I'll eat it.
The spinach that I dislike is, I guess, cooked spinach, but in its like raw, lengthy form. I love spinach raw in a salad. I'll take that in a any greens. I love spinach and any greens. Yes, Tony, I would agree with you on that. But I guess the spinach in its purest, rawest form, that I probably don't like.
Well, that would be a salad.
Home on the Monday Morning Quarterback cooking episode.
It is. We should probably do one on food like that.
Well, Scorekeeper, I have a question. You say you don't like spinach in its rawest form, but yet you'll eat it in a salad.
As I said, out of a can. I said the way it comes out of on a can. It's kind of like, it looks almost like seaweed type.
Anything that comes out of a can is usually kind of nasty for the most part, except like maybe tuna.
There you go. Double D, thank you for joining us. This is an episode of Sports Talk with the Guys Food Porn. So there's no doubt. So if you guys want to join us when we do an episode on food porn, here it is, and we should do one on food. And,
here's the question that usually starts fights everywhere. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Oh God, that's easy. Yes.
No.
Speedy and Matt. Speedy and Big Dog are on the same page on that one.
Hell no, we're not. I love pineapple on pizza.
Oh,
in fact,
you were against it.
No, I turned the whole family onto it. I'm the one that started with them pineapple on pizza. Now they all love it.
I discovered pineapple on pizza in 1991 in Chillicothe, Ohio, of all things. Because when I was there, they were talking about the manager before me that was from California, and the pizza place said, "Oh yeah, oh you're with that company, right? Oh, are you also from California? Oh, she used to order pineapple pizza. What's that?" And they described, "Oh sure, screw it. I love pineapple. I tried it, and ever since then I was having pineapple pizza." So I discovered the California pizza in Ohio. Go figure. That dates back a long time, huh, Big Dog? Maybe late 80s, early 90s for the pineapple?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not that new, and it's also not that old either. Did you ever have Speedy, did you ever have anchovies on a pizza?
I don't like anchovies. I detest anchovies.
Just right?
Holy crap. So you'll take anchovies, but you won't take pineapple. That's interesting.
Do you like sardines?
No.
Good man. Scorekeeper? Good man.
Double D, you like sardines? Oh,
I'm sure Tony likes sardines.
That was too much of an attitude. Double D, does your palate reach for sardines? Oh!
Good answer.
Oh.
Good answer. God damn it. There we go.
Tony, you go for sardines or anchovies, buddy? Oh, that's a no. This is cool, folks. This is neat. I'm glad we stayed on for a few extra minutes on that.
Tony thinks he's Italian.
No
Thank
to
you,
the
Tony.
pineapple.
Tony.
But Tony loves pineapple, just not on a pizza. I get that. In Philly, I had shrimp pizza, which is really good.
Oh, okay. I never tried that.
Yeah, I
Never
don't
tried
know.
that one.
I would
See,
admit.
me and Tony are on the same page. Me and Tony are good on the same page.
Oh, God bless America.
Yeah.
Oh, no ketchup with rice. Or no, okay,
Ew.
ketchup with rice. Oh,
No.
no sardines or anchovies. That's cool. Appreciate that. This is cool, guys. This is when we really go off topic, but in a damn good way. So this is fun. This is what we do, and I appreciate it. Double D.
What about this? You guys ever put ketchup on your eggs?
No. I know people that do it, and that's a prerogative, but I think it's weird.
Scorekeeper?
If I have ketchup with eggs, it's because the ketchup was on the hash browns.
Okay, that I'll go with. I'll go with that.
Yeah,
But to put it straight on the egg, no.
I hot sauce on eggs, yes.
I'll go with that.
What sort of hot sauce? I had the Tabasco green flavor yesterday. I like Tabasco sauce. All American product right there.
I'm surprised it doesn't kill your stomach with all the vinegar.
The big dog, it does, but it's gotten to the point where I only have Tabasco maybe. Oh, Darlene, come on!
Oh no! I got her from the program right now.
Oh, she's getting weird now. Look at this.
Okay, damn it, Double D, please, I beg you. I ask you to join us. I'm having Gridiron Grill. I think Gridiron Grill is going to be able to make it for that day too when Speedy's down from San Leandro, and it'll be cool. Look, breakfast is included. Folks, I know Tony travels a little bit, but if he's on the West Coast, dude, you're more than welcome. We'll have you in studio. I have 4 stations here, all with cameras. And if you guys want to be in studio with us, it'll be great. And I can accommodate more, but we'll see. If we're here in studio doing the program, we can do that. But on the 27th, it would be great. And breakfast will be included and maybe a baseball game later. But I think Speedy will be going to Universal Studios after the program.
Yeah, we need to get his itinerary.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I have to try what, Double D?
The Lay's chips with ketchup.
no.
Oh my God, my stomach just went, what the? It was like an alien. It came out like, what the? Actually, I think I know someone who's had sour cream with the chips, ketchup with the chips, and spinach with the chips. I was like, wow.
Now, the spinach dip is really good.
Yeah, but it wasn't spinach dip. It was just spinach. Ugh, I was like, all right, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Darla's like my brothers and my sisters. My brothers and my
What's
sisters.
that, you Double D? Oh, I just called you a... Anyway. Shit. Sorry. I said I know someone who liked all those 3. I'm like, oh my God, is it you, Double D? Sorry, Speedy, go.
My brothers and my sisters were just like Double D because what they started doing when we were kids was go to 7-Eleven and mix all the drinks. From Coke all the way to 7-Up.
Oh, yeah. That's called a suicide.
Yeah.
I was about to ask that. What do you call that? You call it also
Suicide.
Yeah.
I have a coworker. His name is Henry, who's a tad older than I am. He's in his 70s now, so there's a 20-year gap. When we went to a 7-Eleven, he says, "Hey, Raj, are you going to get a zombie?" What's a zombie? And he said he got the drink and he did a suicide. I said, well, that's a suicide. No, that's a zombie. Like, oh, that's a generational thing. So the greatest generation call when you get all the fountain drinks a zombie because it turns you into a zombie, I guess. And
No, actually, Actually, he has it a little bit wrong.
Oh no,
Because
I said it turns you into a zombie, I guess.
No. But because I was gonna say, but you said zombie first. Because I was gonna say in adult beverages, when you grab everything you can and put it into a drink, that's called a zombie. It's the adult drink version of a suicide.
Okay.
The zombie is you grab whatever's in front of you, grab it and you put it in one glass and you drink that. That's a zombie.
So I guess he's kind of right on that. I hope people didn't infer that I said he. I said I think you just call it a zombie because it deadens you. That was me.
No, I got that part.
Okay, fair enough. That's cool. I've always known it to be a suicide. And the kids today, my daughter knows it to be a suicide when you go through all of them. So we're trying to keep that one away. Double D, do you do the suicide? Because I pull the ripcord when there's a diet on there. I'm like, oh, hope you don't play that.
For the last 5 years,
I'm sorry, I apologize.
For the last 5 years, that's all I've known is diet. Yeah. Diet and Coke Zero.
Do you like the Coke Zero? Because I believe Speedy also.
Yeah, I love Coke Zero. That's all he drinks. I was drinking Pepsi Zero or Pepsi whatever Pepsi's version of Coke Zero is, but I had to stop because it was actually making me sick. It was to put it politely, it was keeping me indispensed in a certain area of the house that you go to when you need to expel things. So I don't know why. I don't know what ingredient was in the Pepsi Zero, but it took me a while because I was trying to figure out, okay, what am I eating that's making me like within 15 minutes that I gotta go. And I had the process of elimination. Finally, it was the Pepsi Zero, and I was like, "Oh, okay, not gonna drink that anymore." And I stayed away with that. That was when I first. That was probably like 3-4 years ago. So I've kept away from that ever since. Whether the ingredients have changed, I have no idea. But I'm not gonna take a chance. I just is diet whatever or Coke Zero if I can. Yeah. Which that's why I love Jack in the Box and Carl's.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Jack and Carl's both have the Coke Zero.
And Chipotle, too. You can get that at Chipotle.
At where?
Chipotle.
Oh, Chipotle. Oh, okay. I usually don't have enough money to buy Chipotle, so.
I know my daughter goes to Chipotle. I should ask her right now, is there a Chipotle out there near? Oh, folks.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
People finally contacted me, and all she did was tag me on a post at Yankee Stadium.
That's not contacting you.
No.
That's not contacting you for people.
That's all she did.
Okay, but that's still not contacting you.
No, that's not an actual phone call. That's just tagging on Facebook.
Yeah, or even a text. I'll take a text as contacting you, but just tagging you in a post, I ain't contacting you. I was about to say, well, what's she saying? Is she having a good time? But she tagged me on it. Yeah, no, that doesn't count.
No.
Even to a millennial, that doesn't count.
But just to be clear, I will go to breakfast with you guys, but where are we going? Going to Roger's favorite place?
Well, we have several places around.
Norm.
Yeah.
Norm. He doesn't. He probably loves Norm's. He doesn't know Norm's.
I don't think he does.
He's from Northern California. Norm's is a bit better than Denny's and IHOP.
And unfortunately, the Denny's in the area were shocked that it is still in business because the service is just so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
Across the street from the Norms. Every time Big Dog and I went to that Norms, jammed. You look across the street, the Denny's, I think there was a trash truck out front. No insult to environmental services whatsoever because they do the service that we need. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we've gone there to that Denny's a few times, and each time we've gone, it's maybe a quarter capacity, And even then, you're waiting 15, 20, 30 minutes to them to even acknowledge that you're even there.
Yeah.
We stopped going to that Denny's because it was, yeah. And it was really sad because one time we walked out and I just said, okay, we're leaving. And the manager was there too. He said, oh, whoa, no, we'll have someone. Sir, we've been waiting 20 minutes. We haven't even had a glass of water yet. So, it's good. I know you guys are busy. And I looked around the restaurant. I said, and there was no one in there. I said, you know what? It's okay. We're hungry. We're probably going to wait another hour, but we're going somewhere else. Thanks for playing. So, I think you know what? We had the drinks. So I told them I was going to pay for the drinks. Because, we finished our drinks, the sodas that we had there. And I said, that's all we've had in 20 minutes. We were hungry. So, and the guy was, oh, no, I'm sorry. No, please give us another shot and stuff. No. So I left the money for the drinks. He said, no, I can't take it. Just please consider us again. Like, no, that was an embarrassment. 20 minutes of nothing. So, but anyway, I hope they recover because Denny's is America's diner. There are a lot of places that we will try to go, but Norm's is a good place. It is. It is a Southern California restaurant, unique to Southern California. So it's got a cool SoCal vibe. But all right, folks, I'm going to have to end this program now because I do have an appointment in less than 20 minutes. And then I have another program at 11 a.m. So I've got to get to that right now. Double D. Please, Big Dog's going to reach out to you. I love going to the minor league baseball parks out here. We have to go. Come on. My treat. Just come on. Let's go. That way I get people to go, oh, she said yes. I don't know what she said yes to.
My treat.
She said yes to going. So Big Dog can get all of it.
Using the Scorekeeper's new way of saying things. So I'm going to contact her.
You did it, not me. Yep.
Yeah, you did that.
Double D, he doesn't like going like this anymore because everybody does it. So now he goes like this. So I'm going to, I'll be contacting you.
Yeah, she's not
going to laugh. She's going to laugh. But
yeah, we'll see. All right, we'll see because it's a 30-second delay. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, all right, folks, it's good stuff. Go, good one. Okay. All right.
What I tell you.
All right, so it's good. So we'll see. I still want to go to Lake Elsinore. I want to go back to San Manuel, which is in San Bernardino, and Rancho. So awesome. Thank you, Tony. Tony, you being on with us, it makes our program too. It means a great deal to me and to my co-hosts and to everyone else. We appreciate it. Obviously, to Aisha, Gridiron Girl, Rosalind, Double D. Love it when you guys are here. You make this program go, folks. It's the interaction that we have with you. And we don't shy away from it. We hope that we have you guys on with us. It makes it great. So thank you. And for everyone else who didn't join us today and normally does, we miss you guys, and we hope to see you guys again real soon. But I've got to get to it. Thank God what I'm going to do in the next hour is real easy, but I just got to do it. So we'll see. It's funny. But this should be good. All right. We'll see you guys on the other side. If only. It is a retired minister and his wife that are coming over to get some documents translated. Oh, shit, and I'm high on hydrocodone.
High on what?
That'll be funny. Oh,
so you're interpreting from Latin to English, huh?
There might be some Aramaic and Greek thrown in for good measure. No, actually, thank goodness the forms were already translated 6 months ago, so it's going to be a copy and paste. So beyond that, we'll see you guys. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. We appreciate you. And we'll be doing some other stuff. Professionals will be on probably not this week, but the week after. Almighty. Oh, Dreem joined us earlier.
Yes, he did.
And Almighty. I know what's up, Almighty, and hopefully we'll have you on with us again real soon. Speedy, thank you, my brother. Big Dog, thank you, my brother. Thank you, brother Tony, and thank you, sister Double D. All right, we'll see you guys, and see you guys.
Love you too.
All right.
Later.
All right, we're out of here. Peace, guys.